Hello everyone, welcome to Thursday Night Racing, and of course this is IRC, isn't it? We are here in Vietnam, and unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on your point of view, it's going to be the last time that we are going to be racing here in Vietnam in IRC, because, well, it's no longer on the calendar anymore because of all this political unrest and all that kind of jazz, isn't it, really? Yeah, we'll leave... yeah, we'll leave all that to one side, because I have no earthly idea about any of that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's one thing that I am going to stay well away from, is all that kind of political jazz. Good evening, Sprint, and good evening to Michael as well. Hello, one and all. Look at that, we've got a full grid as well. Fantastic stuff indeed. That I am running a little bit late for us. I was charging my controller, and I didn't realise I was appearing offline because I didn't want to look too rude. And then I realised what the time was. I was like, oh crap. Anyway, enough about that. Let's get on with the show, shall we then? So for the last time in IRC for the foreseeable future, anyway, we are not going to be we're going to be racing in Vietnam for the final time, unfortunately, isn't it? Or fortunately, depending on your point of view. There's a track on the right hand side there. It's a very unusual track, isn't it? We got the first two sectors is all about the long blast, isn't it? Down the back straight, or the kinky straight, and then of course the final sector is at left right, isn't it? So there's a lot of turning to go in this circuit. There's a lot of speed as well. Sprint coming out on track as well. It's great to see Sprint back in action. We haven't seen him for the last two rounds, but he is back out on the, well, he's not on the circuit now. Sorry, I've just had a big old bottle of squash, so yeah, I do sound a bit bunged up here. Anyway, so we got, oh goodness me, Matt is then out of the qualifying session already. Mason C in the McLaren, and talking a lovely helmet, by the way, from Mason C. Absolutely love it, fantastic stuff indeed there. I've moved my camera back slightly so I can see drivers' helmets. I love a good helmet. I gotta say, it's one of my favourite things to talk about. So we're just watching Mason now coming down the back straight as well, and Steve is at the moment now leading the World Drivers' Championship for Season 9 of IRC. Of course, he is the epitome of IRC, isn't he? And it's great to see him leading the championship, but can he keep it going? Of course, this is the very early stages of the World Championship. This is only we're only on round 4, of course, aren't we? We got T. Sammy, who's moved up 3 positions. He is now currently second. Good 17, but he's 27 points behind at the moment. Third position is Timmy. Fourth position is Asdog. He's dropped down 2 positions. Matt, unfortunately, had a bit of a scruffy race last time out. Then he is down in 5th position. Then Frisky moving up 2 positions there. He's in 6th now. Roscoe is 7th, and he's down 1 position. Hog is 8th. Maxi down in 9th position. Fizzy down in 10th as well. That is the top 10. Rizzle moving up 3 positions, and Penny moving up 2 positions as well. And talking to Penny, happy birthday to Penny today. Good stuff, Ben, indeed. I think it was yesterday, actually, wasn't it? I think it was. God, I'm completely getting absolutely confused there, which is standard stuff, and all the days just kind of roll into one for me at the moment, and I'm sure for everyone else as well. Also, do not tell me about the football scores, because I'm going to be ignoring them as much as possible, because yes, let's just say that my old team is not doing it very well at the moment, are they, in this this juncture of the football season? But enough about that. I'm just watching Mason C, who is currently then out on the track then, as he is going through the very long turn, turn number 6 there on the circuit, and now he's accelerating down the back straight as well. And whilst we're doing that, let's just take a look at the Mika Hakkinen Trophy stands then. Remember, the points are awarded to any driver who has not got onto the podium in their IRC career, and currently leading it is Frisky Biscuit. He is 7 points in front of Hog, who is second then, and 10 points in front of Val, who is in 3rd position as well. Rizzle 6 doing a good job so far in 4th position, double there, halfway in 5th position. And PB is 6th, Penny 7th, 8th is Brown, Lawson in 9th position, and 10th is Gaz, and JJ is down in 11th position as well. And just as I talk about the football, Tottenham has scored then, so I bet, so that's very good. That's not very good indeed, is it? Right then, but anyway, enough about that. We're just watching that Mason then, who's coming then into the final part of the course as well. Now then, he is coming into turn 22 then, and into turn 23 as well. Out the final turn then, let's see what Mason can do then. There's the finish line coming up. He is fastest on a 35.817, I should say. Good stuff indeed there. What about Frisky? Frisky's just starting that then, but what about his teammate sprinting? I've got to say, Renault probably got a very incredible. Oh, and that's a Mercedes in the background. The back end really kicking out a Fizzy. My word, there we got Williams in the background. Val is at full fast at the one there, so coming through thick and fast. One, the second Williams are kissing the Armco barrier in the background. Brown then, who had a very good race, if I'm not very much mistaken, last time out. We'll talk about Brown's race last time. Timmy's gone faster on a 35.5. Good 7D then. What about the Ferrari in the background? It's Josh, who great 7D there for Josh. Back in action for the first time this season in the Ferrari as well. And yes, of course, with Maxi unfortunately not being able to take part here tonight either. Maxi's not feeling too well, unfortunately. But hopefully he'll be back in action in the next week as well. Then. But we do wish Maxi a speedy recovery. Yellow flags and one then because it's a street circuit. It's only the second time IRC has ever raced around here, so the drivers might still be trying to get their eye in here. JJ is behind his teammate at the moment, then, who is stepping in for Maxi. So JJ would like to put that right in the not too distant future. He is 10th at the moment, and he's bouncing over those curbs as well. Frisky's just gone full fast at the moment. And here is the world champion T Sammy. Here is the championship leader Steve at the moment now in the Red Bull. And while Steve is whilst we're watching the Red Bull, let's also talk about the Red Bull, who are the constructors championship leaders as well. They are now in front of Racing Point of Worthy Constructors Championship leader. Not anymore. Red Bull has now displaced them at the top of the standings. That's it. I got my teeth in there in the end. Then 15 points in front of Racing Point. AlphaTauri, the defending constructors world champions, are currently third at the moment. Mercedes 1 point back in fourth position. Then Alfa Romeo have gone from third to fifth, I should say. Mercedes are status quo. Sixth position at the moment is the Renault team. McLaren have moved up 2 positions. They're now in seventh. Ferrari down 1 position, as is Williams as well, and Haas has completed the top 10. Good stuff indeed then. And Steve now coming into the final part of the course as well now then. So yeah, we're on board Steve. I've got to say he's had a fantastic start to season, hasn't he? 2 Grand Prix wins already, 3 podiums. He was very consistent last season, wasn't he? He just came up a bit short there against the mighty Maxi and the mighty T Sammy, but this season, my goodness me, and really throwing the gauntlet down again. He's almost a second in front of Timmy, and that is no mean feat in of its own right. Impressive stuff right from the get-go. Gaz has just popped himself in top position in the second Haas car. Just watching T Sammy, Frisky Biscuit has just moved up into second position, but we haven't got the Frisky fan club in just yet then, but I'm sure when he do get in there, there'll be a lot of cheers there for this man, Frisky, who was very close to getting on the podium for the first time in his career. Love the helmet, by the way. That's a fantastic helmet there from Frisky. Oh my word, I've never seen a helmet like that before. I got really excited. Oh, I love it. Yeah, it's brilliant. That's absolutely cracking helmet. Oh my word there. Anyway, but enough about the helmets for now. We're on board with T Sammy's helmet then. Gotta say, T Sammy there, the traditional lime green helmet, isn't it, from the double world champion? That's his signature, is MO, isn't it? In IRC then, and look at this as he's coming down the back straight. We got 3 DRS zones around here on the start finish straight out of turn 23 and into turn 1. Then we got one out of turn 5, I think it is. I'll get my numbers completely mixed up around here. There's corners which probably ain't corners, but in my world, if it turns, it's a corner, isn't it? Of course, out of the almost the roundabout section, isn't it? Turn 5 into turn 6, and then out of turn 8 and all the way down the back straight. So there's some debris on the course there, so the marshal's going to have to get rid of that in a hurry. We've got George there. Frisky fan club is in the house then. Yes, very good indeed then. And of course we just mentioned that Frisky with his beautiful new helmet as well, and it's great to have George back in the comments as well. Hopefully Frisky can get on I can get on the podium here tonight. It's very close last time out in Azerbaijan. Of course, this is the third of the triple threat header, isn't it? Of course, as we like last season, as we just T Sammy going into full fast mode. I got very confused there, which is nothing unusual, is there? It's a double good 70 there from double world champion. Timmy there has done another lap out there at the moment. I wonder if Timmy, and I love that shot, by the way. That's fantastic, isn't it? Look at that. That's absolutely amazing. I'm a little gutted that Formula 1 hasn't actually had a chance to race around here, because I would have just been interested to see if it was going to be any good of a circle or not. It may not look like it on paper, but I've got to say, I was a bit sceptical of Azerbaijan when I first seen the track layout, but it hasn't been too bad, has it? So it might have been might produce some good racing. I think that we should. It would have been nice to just see, just kind of have a chance there, really, of racing in Formula One. But never mind. It's a bit of a shame, really, isn't it? I feel that it would have been just interesting to see what would have occurred there. But never mind. We got Penny then, who's coming out on the circuit as well. It's a lovely helmet indeed for Penny as well. That's the reason why I put my camera back, so I can see all the drivers' helmets. And there's a Ferrari in the background, and that's JJ, who's currently 12 for the moment. And 8 minutes in this, 8 minutes left in this qualifying session. There's JJ trying to warm up those tyres as much as possible there, struggling for grip by the looks out there. The Ferrari driver is at the moment. What is T Sammy doing then? T Sammy is on board with him at the moment, and he is going for a second bite of the cherry. And I reckon he's fueled up the car slightly more, hasn't he? The famous car 36 as well. Nosey, the former IRC world champion from season number 5, if I'm not very much mistaken, has just told me the real bad news that Liverpool's losing, then, which is yeah, there you go. That's really ruined my that's almost ruined my Thursday, but not too much, of course, then, because we still got IRC here in Vietnam as well. But yeah, that's really depressed with that. So let me turn off the live chat now, because that's really destroyed me. On board with Penny at the moment, then he is currently 19th then. So in this first qualifying session, then there's 3 qualifying sessions around, like in every IRC event. Then this one is, well, we've got Q1, Q2, and Q3. Of course, qualifying 1 18 minutes long, qualifying 2 15 minutes long, qualifying 3 12 minutes long. When they first had this idea come to roost, what they wanted to do was, I think that they had like 10 minutes, didn't they, and then 15, and then like 20 minutes, didn't they? But of course they took 2 minutes off the first section and added the 2 minutes onto the final section now, because it was like of Belgium, where it was a bit too tight, wasn't it, to get a lap in, and I think Penny went in a bit too tight in that corner there as well. So unfortunately for Penny, he's gone a bit too wide there, but he's carrying on anyway, nonetheless, because you might as well carry on around here, because it is quite a long lap. It's almost a minute and well, it looks like a minute and almost 95 odd seconds around here. Here comes car 57 now. Is Penny coming down the back straight as well and going over those very high curbs there, isn't it? Now accelerating away. Look at this. This corner here, I think it's very tricky, and that is why Penny is in the wall. He is out of qualifying. Oh, goodness me. And that is it. Penny is done then. I was just saying, and it's a tricky corner. Get on the curb too much there. It's in the wall, and that is a big blow for Penny there. The lap didn't look too spectacular to start off with, did it? Unfortunately, I think Penny was just trying to find his feet, find those tyres and what the grip levels were. That ain't a lot of grip level at all, is it? Penny is out to qualify. What a huge shame there for Penny, and that is that's quite a disappointing end then to start. For some reason I got 8 comments on the old thing in the top corner, but I've only got 4 in the actual actual stream here, so I don't know what's going on there. And I'm trying to refresh it, but I think my phone's had enough, hasn't it? Whoops. So just watching JJ there, car 15 in the Ferrari as well. Goodness me, look how close he was to the camera there. And then let's see what Jay can do. He's done a 39.3 at the moment then, so let's see if he can improve on his time as well. Apologies guys, my comics are not comics. I don't know, I've been trying to go to comic for the last couple of days, but to try and buy this blasted PlayStation 5 there, I'm going to be honest, I'm probably just going to spend it on sandals or something. I might just get a might just get like what is it, 500 pairs of sandals if they come to like I don't know, pound each. And maths has never been my strong forte. That's why I always deal in Excel spreadsheets, and that is why I always have the standards there in a big box in front of me as well. As Steve has retired from the session, he is very happy with his time, isn't he? The world championship leader, Steve. I got to say, he's absolutely on a different atmosphere at the moment, isn't he? He's very impressive indeed. And look at the time difference there. Absolutely mega stuff indeed then. So we've got Michael Preston saying, Georgie boy, and we've also got we've also got Nosey saying that there's a wall there, mate, watch out. As yes, indeed, there it says walls all around this course, isn't there? We got to say it's here, there, and everywhere. Just watching a double then as well, as a double coming into 22 and 23 as well. That car doesn't feel very parked, does it, on the rear end? Out of the final turn, then double is, and DRS right on the money. He's 8 fast. That's a good time there from double. While by the Mercedes in the background of Timmy, he is going for another lap. Then that's 4 laps on those soft compound tyres. Here's Rizzle 6 then out of the very slow with a very slow hairpin there. It's a very similar to the Chinese hairpin, isn't it? But of course so it's a bit more acute, isn't it? I'm boy Rizzo 6, and I've got to say, we seen some I think back in Austria last season, we seen the best of Rizzo 6. Unfortunately, we haven't seen much of that perform from Rizzo 6 this season, which is, I got to say, he was one of my drivers that I was really excited to look for, really excited to see what he can do out there. Unfortunately, at the moment now, he's not, he hasn't really delivered too much. So, yeah, there's 20 comments, but for some reason I can only see 5. I'm not sure what's occurring here, but obviously I'll find out in the not too distant future. Just watching. And then Rizzo6 is gone. So just as I say that, he's gone up into second fast. And whilst I was looking to wonder where's my comments going, wow, Rizzo6 there is really blown out of the water. Fantastic stuff indeed there from Rizzo6. Well, he's put me in my place, hasn't he? And I love it. Asdog there is just on an outlap at the moment. Now Gaz is 5/10 second up, but him and Brown are too close for comfort, I think. And unfortunately, that is going to be a time, not going to be a good time at all then. So on board. I'm on the top chat. Or not all the comments. I'm on the top chat, not all the comments. How do I get off the top chat? Am I on a filter? Am I? Oh, let's have a look. Here we go. Hang on a minute. No, I didn't know I could do. Well, there's the live chat. What's going on here? As we're just watching Asdog there, trying to. Asdog there is just trying to get his. Just trying to get the old. I'm trying to get his tyres into the window, and whilst I'm trying to get my chat to work. This is appalling, isn't it? You wouldn't think I'd work in IT, would you? There you go. That's kind of just that standard stuff, really, isn't it? It's just my how appalling I am with the old technology and stuff like that. I'm on live chat, and it's just I've gone to live chat, and it just seems I'm only seeing a couple of chats. So that's really weird. I don't know. Maybe it's my phone. I'm on the old. I'm on the old 4G on my phone as well. Maybe I need to go back to the. Maybe I need to go back, which brought me to the dance, which is my Wi-Fi, wasn't it? Here's Asdog at the moment, and he's just coming out of the a very long left-hander there. I think it's a left-hander, isn't it? It is a left-hander, and he's now coming down the back straight as well, which is anything but a straight, really, isn't it? I got to say, I think that I've compared this track before to a bit like Valencia, isn't it? The final sector is anyway. I really enjoyed the final sector of Valencia. It was really good. It was tough. It's not the most interesting circuits in the world. I think on the track map, I really look forward to Valencia back in 2008. It really definitely got my blood pumping, and it was a really good qualifying session, if I'm not very much mistaken. I think it was a threat of rain as well, wasn't it? And I'm sure Glock had a really outstanding qualifying session as well. Unfortunately, all Glock is now is that he seems to be that meme, doesn't he? Is that Glock? But of course, I think that Glock was a very competent driver, wasn't he? Especially with the Toyota team between 2008 and 9. Unfortunately, as he's now come through the final, it's come through the final. Oh, Asdog's clouted the wall, but he is third fastest then. And I've got to say, I was talking about Rizzo6 there, maybe not living up to the billing, but he has done tonight. He's done a fantastic job, Rizzo6 last night. And there's a Brown there just taking a bit of a shortcut, and he is now getting back on to the course. Well, PB is not out to come out on circuit now, as he is. Of course, he doesn't like qualifying, does he? PB doesn't. I think that he's more of a racer, isn't he? He's not really too. He's not really too interested. And also saying, if I am reading it, but I'm sure that I've got like 28 comments up in. When someone comments on the stream now, it does come out like 28 comments, but I can only see a couple on my YouTube feed there. So I apologise if I haven't read your comments out. I'm not picking and choosing, I swear. I try as best I can, but unfortunately, technology gets the better of me. On board Val at the moment, then is Val. I think is going for another timed run. I haven't said that. It looks like he's weaving from left to right. He does have his errors turned up to the max, but that is certainly not top speed, is it? JJ might be on a bit of top speed. He's gone 1.4 seconds quicker there in sector 1. I think that that's a legacy time. No, I don't think that's the time he's on now. In the drop zone is Gas, and I think that all the guys in the drop zone are out of qualifying, unfortunately. So we have lost Gas, PB, Matt, Roscoe, and Penny. And there's some big names that have been knocked out of this first part of qualifying, and I think that they're going to be. I think that some drivers like JJ and Josh and Brown are going to be very happy with that. This is going to be a brutal old. It's going to be a brutal old race. This is. I think it's going to be all about survival, isn't it? It's a brutal racing. So Josh there, I think he's just getting out of the way of Brown, wasn't he? Yes, Brown there is on his lap stop. We're going to stay with JJ at the moment. As JJ is just straddling the curb there, isn't he? And struggling there to get on the accelerator, but he is on the accelerator now and into the final sector. He's lost 3/10 of a second there. So unless JJ is kept his tyres in the optimum operating window, say that fast, then I can't say a lot of things when it's going this fast then. But yeah. Is that JJ there? I thought he's going to invalidate his lap there. He's taking a lot of curve there, JJ was. He might need to curve in his enthusiasm as well. And now then, as we got JJ coming through the final turn, then let's see what he could do. And he comes across the line. He improves by 3/10 seconds. That's a cracking final sector there from JJ. Really impressive stuff indeed. Penny says this track is so harrowing, annoying. I like that. I can't even say it though, but yes, of course, Penny. It was his birthday the other day, wasn't it? So fantastic, 17. Happy birthday, Penny. And I hope you have a good race as well. Which at the moment, Penny unfortunately hasn't had a very good qualifying. He's down in 20th position at the moment now. I think we didn't unfortunately caught Penny when he was just struggling to avoid the water, unfortunately. Brown has gone 10th fast. That's a very good time now. He's found a second on that lap as well. Good stuff indeed there for Brown. Good, brilliant. What about Josh? Josh is back in IRC for the first time this season. Great to see him back in there, back in action as well. He is coming into the pits as well. It's a very slow pit in here, and of course the pit out is very similar to Canada though, where you skip the first corner. And you can see on the floor then it's on the limiter as well. Yeah, that is the end of qualifying one then. Out of qualifying then, we have lost Penny, we have lost Roscoe, we've lost Matt, PB and Gaz, all out of qualifying then. So that's unfortunate for those 5 drivers. They're going to have to take the walk of shame. They would be spectators like you and I then going into qualifying 2 in just a jiffy. We're just watching Brown then come on his in lap as well then. So yeah, Brown then into qualifying at 2 then. I think since Brown made his return earlier on this season, he has been going from strength to strength. He had a bit of a very disappointing opening round in Japan. And look at that, Steve, the other Steve. Steve there, 5/10 a second in front of Rizzlesticks, but Rizzlesticks is my star at qualifying at the moment. Yes, this is a very early stage then, and I hope I haven't put the commentator's curse on him. But what a fantastic way to start, and it really put me in my place, didn't he, when I was saying that he hadn't lived up to the billing from that incredible Austrian Grand Prix. But my word there, he has really shown me a thing or two, hasn't he? Unfortunately, Penny out of qualifying there. He crashed into the Armco. He's lost Roscoe and Matt. We've also lost PB and Gaz as well. Unfortunately, PB doesn't take part in qualifying. Hopefully he'll get further than what he did in Azerbaijan. I think that he had a couple of issues, technical issues, didn't he, on the grid? Or was it JJ? It was one of those 2 drivers that couldn't get off the grid, unfortunately, which really was disappointing for those drivers, wasn't it? Right, we're going into qualifying 2 now then, and let's see then who's going to be knocked out of qualifying 2. So this qualifying 2 session then is like this, and we're going to be we're lined up 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th and 15th then. Whoever gets into the top 10 must start on the tyres, we say set their fastest time on, and that is why the likes of Josh and Sprint and Rizzlesticks have all gone to the medium tyre then as well. I'm going to what about strategy, I hear you ask then. Unfortunately you're asking the wrong person, because I absolutely know nothing about strategy, to be honest. I just keep driving around until I crash, and then I come in the pits and change my tyres and wing. Here comes Double. Double knows a thing or two about strategy. He knows more than a thing or two about strategy, doesn't he, Double? He is I gotta say, he's very much a Nicky Lauda-esque driver, isn't he, Double? He is very much, he's a thinking driver, isn't he? He just, he thinks about any way of getting through the Grand Prix. He gets the car set up absolutely pristine, absolutely precise there, and also thinks about the strategy as well, doesn't he, Double? As he is now coming down the back straight then, as I'm getting trolled in the old comment section. Lovely stuff indeed there. Double then is coming down the back straight then. So So at the moment we've got double sprint at Timmy and Brown out on circuit. We've got the double world champion T Sammy, Val, Fizzy, Mason, Josh, Rizzle and Hog all out on the tarmac as well. JJ and Asdog are currently chilling in the pits. No, Asdog comes out on circuit now. He is flying out on the circuit, and I think Asdog in his second season in of F1 2020 having a much better season than his first season. He was having a very difficult season, what did you say, Lisa? And I think I can say the same for Double as well. I think Double had a bit of a stop-start season last season, didn't he? But this season now, very much there. He has taken part in every single Grand Prix, which is great to see, isn't it? And Double is very much a points collector, isn't he? He's got 3 points to his name already this season, and I think that he's on course for a much better season than he had last season. So good stuff then for Double Cream Cat then. So let's go on board then with the IRC veteran there. Of course, he's participated in every single season in IRC. Of course, that's an absolutely incredible stat, isn't it? It really is indeed. Remember, IRC started, I think, on the F1 2016 game. Oh, goodness me, and that was a long time ago. That was before the Halos were implemented, wasn't it? So, incredible stuff indeed then from Double there. A yellow flag in the final sector. I think that this track has got 2 very distinct characteristics about this one, haven't it? The final sector is zigzagging from left to right, left to right, left to right, and then the first 2 sectors are all about power, isn't it? And having basically having less drag on the car. Here is Double in the first sector. Then it's coming up. Then beautiful stuff indeed. Then as we got some Beyonce, we got someone singing Beyonce in the chat as well, haven't we? As we do love as everyone can see, everyone's Halos these days, can't they? Because it's on the cars as well. I wasn't a big fan of the Halo when it first came out, but I think it's more than lived up to. It's more than it's basically shown its worth, hasn't it, in the last couple of seasons there. And of course, I wouldn't wish on taking it out of F1 now. That is for sure. Yep. I think safety over aesthetics any day, isn't it? And I've got to say, I was one of those people that was against the Halo because it didn't look right. But yep, I'm glad that we got it on the cars. Then here's Double though. Let's hopefully Double won't be glad it's on the car then, because then he might have had an accident or 2 in this race then. And I think this is one of the races there which I feel that Double might really show what he is made of as a Formula 1 driver, and he is going to, I feel, is going to navigate his way through the carnage there and to pick up some major points for the Alfa Romeo team then, as Alfa Romeo are unfortunately have lost a couple positions in the constructors. He goes on to a 37 there. Good stuff indeed then. Brilliant stuff there from Double, but Brown goes fast. He's a couple of tenths in front of Double. That's 3 tenths a second at the moment there in the Williams. Really good stuff indeed there. I swallowed at the wrong time there. T Simon, the double world champion, a 35.6. Good stuff indeed then. We got Sprint on the medium tyres, and I gotta say, that wasn't very much of a sprint finish there from Sprint. He has done a 39. Josh has done a 39 as well. Both medium tyre runners are very not been very off the pace, but they're 2 seconds behind the slowest soft tyre runner at the moment. And so I don't think that those medium tyres have got into the right operating window just yet. On board then with Steve. Oh, Steve has got a bit of the element with missing there. Good job he's in the Red Bull, because they do give you wings. Asdog has gone fastest at the moment. He is 5 tenths of a second in front of his next competitor. Frisky has gone into 4th fast. That's the best of the time runners on the medium tyre so far. Frisky is there. And good stuff indeed there for Frisky. I've already mentioned how great his helmet is. Fizzy's gone into 4th fastest. He's gone on the soft tyres. Look at the heat hates there coming off the tarmac there. But I feel that it's a lot darker out there now, isn't it? So yeah, this is going to get very I reckon it's a rain afoot then. I reckon there might be a bit of moisture in the air then. And if that's the case, then the likes of Hog, Rizzlestick, JJ, Mason, Val and Steve needs to get back out on the track pronto. And just watching now is Lucas saying, good evening Sean, go T Sammy. Yes, we've got yellow flags there in sector 2 as well. Gavin is saying, I could be your Halo baby. Oh Penny, there's rain soon then. Yes, I thought it was getting dark, and Penny has definitely confirmed it. There is rain on the horizon. Oh my word then. And I think that those drivers that's in the pits might need to get out pronto, as otherwise then this is going to be a very short qualifying session for those drivers. Hog is out on circuit, so is Val as well, and I think that we're going to be seeing a lot of drivers. Is this going to be rain for qualifying 2 or qualifying 3? I hope that I hope it's going to be a steady, whatever the forecast is going to be steady, because otherwise qualifying 3 might become a bit of a damp squib out there, which is not good, is it? So we've got Alex saying I can block all the debris. So we're just going down the back straight valleys. And so at the moment, the classification looks like this. And Alsog is leading 3 tenths second in front of T Sammy. A better time for T Sammy. He's second fastest, with both Mercedes third and fourth, and all on soft compound tyres at this moment. Then, so I'm wondering what the weather forecast is going to be like in the race. And we got the Renault coming in the pits as well. So Val is just about to start his lap then, and that is it then. So he's going to be zigzagging from left to right now. Jan saying, evening Sean, good evening Jan, I hope you're having a lovely day. Oh gosh, I'm sorry, I'm feeling about that sausage roll. It's just repeating on me at the moment. Oh my word. I gotta say, it's, I had it about an hour ago really, so you would have think I would have adjusted. Oh no, Val has hit the wall. Hey, he's had a bit of a clout there. He hasn't damaged the end plate. There's a marshal in the background. Yellow flag then is one of the McLarens are having a couple of issues as well. Is that Mason? No, I think it's Hogg. Hogg has had a couple of issues as well, but he's kept his end plate in the right direction then. I think Val might be okay. He's going to lose a bit of time then down that back straight, but he should be on the up and up there as well, as he's now coming. Oh, is that Ferrari? Just get on the way. The nick of time there. I kind of looked up and seen that there was a Ferrari to the left of him, and I think that is that Josh? It is Josh. Val going in slightly deep there into turn 6. I think it is. And look at those brake discs glowing then on the Williams. Then Williams around a much better season this season. Last season there, they didn't have many points in the end there, did they? Unfortunately, Williams took to almost, I think it was a double header, wasn't it, of IRC in 20 and 21 before they scored points there. Williams was very unlucky last season, wasn't he? Look, Val is not using the DRS, and is that a problem with Val's I wonder if there's a problem with Val's DRS. Look, that is completely shut there on the Williams. Oh dear. So Val there is going to lose a much amount of time, and that Williams needs to get repaired pronto with 6 minutes to go in this session. What about Hogg then? Hogg is just on the back foot as well. Well no, he's on the back foot, he's up behind the Williams, I should say. And there's a Ferrari in front of us. Hogg has gone purple in sector. There's rain. There it is. And oh, there's a bit of sunshine as well. But I think that we got the raindrops are falling on Hogg's head. He is now coming through the final party course as well. And this is yes, it's Petty. It's raining. Nosy. Sausage. Oh my word! There it's getting. Oh gosh, there. And I'm trying to work out what the sausage meant, but I think it's because I was talking about my sausage roll a minute ago. Hogg there out of the final turn. Then on board with Hogg. Then he comes across the line. He is in fourth. He's got on the soft tyres. Steve there needs to get a lap in pronto as well. Mason there is into the final course. We've also got Rizzle Sticks there. He was great in qualifying 1. He's great in qualifying 2. Amazing. Here comes Mason coming across the line. He's full fast. There's going to be some tears, not just from the sky, also from the drivers as well. Here's Steve Van Allen 22 into 23. Is this going to be enough then for the championship leader? He is 6th fastest. Is that enough then? Mercedes in the background. Fizzy starting to with 5 minutes to go. Then they got to get themselves going. Then Michael, it's raining. Yes, it is there. Oh my word! And yes, so the drivers are going to have to get out there. I think Frisky there is also on circuit as well. Indeed, he is. So JJ's in the pits, Val is in the pits as well. Remember, Val had a bit of a clout there with the barrier on his opening on the opening lap there, didn't he? Just before getting into it, T7's retired from the session, and unfortunately, I think that might cost him. He also had a DRS issue. Whether that was because he didn't push the button, I highly doubt it. I think Val is a very adept driver, so don't think that was one thing that Val would not have done there. He wouldn't have abandoned the lap, I don't think, knowing that there's rain on the horizon. So there is a problem with the Williams DRS system on Val's car. It has really put him on the back burner. I was like, there's a AlphaTauri parked in the wall there. That's not good, is it? We got Ferrari there finishing off his lap as well. I think it is Josh. It is Josh, and he's on the medium tyres. Josh is, and he has abandoned the lap. He's come into the pits, and Josh has. No, he hasn't. He's in the wall. Oh no, he's done a cool fart. He's got into the wall, and there's Sprint. There he's just starting us up as well. Sprint is going to be a major name that might be out qualifying here. Oh, it's too much there for me to handle at this moment. We've got Brown there who's just finishes up off. Look how gingerly he's going through these S's there. So Fizzy's 4/10 of a second down. This might be the grid for qualifying 2. Fizzy's in the pits, and all he can do now is hope. Then Brown is a second down as well. Oh dear, and this is not good at all, is it? Brown is in the pits as well. I think this might be it then. So for sprint is all or nothing with 4 minutes to go in the qualifying session. Val is out on the new soft tires as well. Coming down the back straight then. We're on board now then. So let's see what sprint can do then in the yellow flags in free. Yellow flags is in free at the moment. So I think his drivers are just coming into the pits then. And he's coming down the back straight then, and I've got to say this rain has actually got quite heavy, hasn't it, in the matter of moments here. Sprinting down the back straight then. Let's see then what he can do then. Look at that, he's as light as a feather there. 3.5 minutes to go in this session there. No spray is coming off of the tires at the moment now, and I think I can't see the comments at all there. No way we've got 92 in those comments there, have we? I don't know why I can't see them there. I don't know. I've been fiddling about with the chat as well. I think that I think I've broke it. I think I've broke the chat, which is standard stuff, isn't it? Oh dear. Oh dear. Sprint now. We're on board now with Sprint. Now we're on board at the side of him there, from the just underneath the just underneath the T-cam, I should say. And look at this. So yes, he's carrying on but I think it's too wet now, isn't it? Look at that back end there, shaking from left to right. That is not what Sprint wants, is it? He wants a stable back end. I don't think he's going to get it though. Intermediate tires on Fizzy. Sprint there, almost kissing the arm cow, and Sprint there is 2 seconds off the pace. He is out of qualifying. This is a major blow there. Sprint return to action after 2 Grand Prix out, and unfortunately he's going to be watching from the sidelines in qualifying 3. We've lost Val, JJ, Sprint, Josh, and Double as well. Into the top 10 at the moment there is Brown, Frisky, Fizzy, Hog, Steve, Timmy, Mason, T. Sammy, Rizzo, and Asdog. As Gavin is saying, it's raining, Sean. Oh my word! There, I think yes, it is indeed. Then it's Knowles, as Alex is saying, get an umbrella, mate. I would there, but of course I'm scared of thunder. And then we've got Penny breaking out in song as well, as I think he's singing the ode Rihanna. No, Rihanna? It is Rihanna, isn't it? The Rihanna classic there from, I think it was 2009 it was released, wasn't it? Goodness me, I feel very old now. That's like 12 years ago, isn't it? Oh goodness gracious me. Michael Preston saying it's too slippy now for 6, and yep, and just as Michael says that, he is Mystic Meg because the DRS has been disabled, which means that of course you can't use DRS anymore. The FIA or Codemasters in this instance feels that the track conditions are too dangerous to use DRS. Frisky has retired from the session, but he is safe and sound and dry in the pit lane at the moment. Josh is not safe and sound, and he is not in the pit lane either. He is going to try and squeeze as much time out of this Ferrari as he can then, but I feel that Frisky might be right there. Josh is got to say hacksawing away at that wheel. He looks like a lumberjack in that car there, and incredible. Look at that, look at the hand movement in the Ferrari. Absolutely mega stuff indeed then. And he is now coming down the back straight, but without DRS then it's just so difficult. The amount of time you lose without DRS is incredible, isn't it? Remember, DRS is not like an instant boost there. It's not like you get speed, like sudden speed, like sudden burst of acceleration. It's like you just gain more speed down the straight, don't you? It's like very much like a hand just pushing you along there. So you kind of see the top end speed down the end of the straight as well. Josh has retired from the session. Sprint also out as well. As we're just on board the Ferrari drivers, he's come back in the pits. We've got 23 seconds left of this qualifying session, and I think that some drivers might have been caught out by the rain there. Of course, every driver does get the same monitor, don't they? But I'm wondering there. I gotta say, it's very easy to do because the amount of times I go straight into qualifying because I'm determined to to get my grid position sorted. I do sometimes forget the weather there. Now it's quite an important part of the weekend, isn't it? Look, you see that there is actually spray. Water is now being picked up there, and you can see then that we got it's a very greasy surface now, isn't it? On the surface there is Fizzy, and I'm not sure is Fizzy there got a damage to this wing. He has indeed. Fizzy has he's on the intermediate tires so Fizzy's doing a very clever thing here. He is going on the intermediate tires there. He's just testing out the waters, and that is a pun intended. He is testing out to seeing just how much grip he's got, and of course he will have an advantage over his fellow drivers later on in qualifying 3 there, because he will know exactly how the track is behaving. He would know, he has more knowledge now, doesn't he, which give him an advantage then going into qualifying 3. And I gotta say, I'm looking forward to qualifying 3 because who is going to be on pole position there for the fourth Grand Prix of IRC season number 9 there. At the moment then, it's Steve who's got almost 100% record. He's almost got the perfect record. Maxi got pole position in the Monaco Grand Prix. Maxi, unfortunately, is not feeling too well at the moment there, is he? And hopefully he's better next week. But we do have Steve then who's going for his third pole position in at 4 Grand Prix. Absolutely fantastic stuff indeed then. So Penny has said there that it said dry all session. It's a bit of a surprise. Dry race session though. Oh, well, of course, I think that's actually quite cool, really, isn't it? Because the weather forecast is never right. It's never right here anyway. I've got to say, I got absolutely drenched the other day because I didn't think it was going to rain, and it absolutely poured down. Well, it didn't pour down. It was kind of that really horrible fine stuff, but it was wet rain. I got to say, yes, and I was absolutely drenched there, and I only had my fleece on. So there you go. That was my fault, really, because why was I going out in winter time and only having a fleece on? But I don't expect any sympathy. I never get any sympathy, but I don't expect any sympathy because that was just absolutely appalling decision making from my part. Out of qualifying then is Val, JJ, Sprint, Josh, and Double. And by the sounds of what Penny there, and it's great to see Penny in the chat actually there, giving us a lot of inside information there. To be honest, I wish I never said Penny was in the chat, really, because it would show that I'm a very intelligent guy. But you would all know, regular viewers would all know that there is obviously something wrong if I start saying intelligent stuff like that. But yeah, Penny, a good insight there from Penny. So he said that this was a surprise there. So yeah, maybe I was blaming the drivers there for maybe not looking at the weather forecast, and I completely apologise unreservedly. I'm completely wrong with that. So yes, this rain there came out of nowhere, and it's really caught the drivers out then, and I think it's more of a lucky dip, really, wasn't it? But that's a bit unfortunate as well. But as we're going to qualifying 3 then, I think we're going to have intermediate tires. It's going to be the flavour of the day, isn't it? And it's still it's steady rain at the moment. I wonder if that rain might stop, but the track is saturated at the moment. There's not going to be dry tyres in the opening couple of minutes in qualifying at the very least then. But I wonder if we might get at the end then. Look, as the mechanics there are now waiting there to release their drivers, release the monsters in these drivers as well as they come out of the garage as well. So Hog then in the McLaren. We've got 2 McLarens out there, and who is leading the charge then? We got Timmy in there as well, but it is a racing point. It is Aztok then. He's been on pole position, hasn't he, before? He had 3 pole positions in season number 7, I think it was, wasn't it? He had a cracking season that season. No, it was season 6 he had 3 pole positions, didn't he? I think that season he only had 1 pole position, but he had 2 Grand Prix wins, didn't he? So fantastic stuff indeed there. And he's now coming down the back straight as well as those. Let's see. As I've got to quickly adjust my headset because it's falling off. You would think with a big noggin like myself that I wouldn't have a problem there with me headset, but there you go. I think it's at the moment I've got really long hair though. I got to say, it looks I look like an absolute like a scruff ball, really. I'm gonna have to get the old lawnmower out, I think, sometime to really go through it. Unfortunately, I can't have a strimmer anymore because I'm a bit dangerous with one of those. Just watching the Nasdaq there. He's staying in the tram lines there because the darker patches of the track are going to have less water, which means you don't have to disperse as much, which means you go quicker, don't you, in theory? So I've got to say, wet weather driving there, it's a key art, isn't it? And sometimes, of course, I don't think any of the drivers are going to be practicing in the wet, are they? In the wet, because it's not. I would say that it's more likely it's going to be dry than wet, isn't it? So why would you? I thought I saw he's in the wall then. So yeah, why would you practice in the wet then? Of course, you might practice more in the likes like Austria. Hungary is the next round. I'm not sure if they will practice in Hungary, but I think Brazil, it's almost like a 40% chance it will rain in Brazil, isn't it? Because it seems to rain quite a lot there. It has its own weather system, isn't it? Which has given us some great finales, hasn't it? Like the Brazilian Grand Prix in 2008 then, and also 2012 as well. 2 of my all-time favourite Grand Prix. Brazil, of course, 2003 as well. It's an absolutely legendary race, wasn't it? Where Giancarlo Fisichella won his first Grand Prix, didn't he, in Jordan? That was unfortunately Jordan's last Grand Prix win, with the name anyway. And as the team though, I think that of course that was our last Grand Prix win up until the Sakir Grand Prix of 2020 when Sergio Perez lifted the first place trophy there. Fantastic indeed though, wasn't it? And that really helped in there, and probably did that help him secure the Red Bull drive? He might have done all the work before then, really, didn't he? But I think it just kind of underlined what potential he's got as well. Of course, Sergio Perez partnering Verstappen next season. I'm really looking forward to that as well. And unfortunately, unfortunately, yeah, the F1 season has been delayed, hasn't it, slightly, because it's going to Bahrain. But Australia, I think, has gone to not Bahrain. Australia's gone to round 18 now, it's not round 19. And Formula E is also going to Monaco, which is quite interesting as well. So hopefully we'll have a Monaco Grand Prix this year as well. As much as a lot of fans do not like Monaco, I love Monaco, and it's a unique test of a driver and machine, isn't it? So yes, bring on Monaco. Brown is currently in the pits. I'm surprised Brown hasn't come out and had a quick lap, actually, because he would like to get some knowledge out on the track there. So yeah, interesting tactics there from Brown. We'll see if it works out or not. Asdog there in the second intermediate split time has gone a 15.4. Good stuff indeed there. And as Norsey's just said, I always look like a scruff ball. I gotta say, even with short hair, yes, I do. Yeah, I do look like a scruff ball, as I can't even grow a proper beard then, because if my hair on my head ain't scruffy, then it's usually my really appalling beard, which looks which is quite fluffy, really, isn't it? So it's not very manly at all. Asdog then, here he is then coming into the turn at 22. Look at how much speed he is not carrying rather than carrying. Look at those wet lines there as well. That white line was so shiny, wasn't it? Goodness me, no wonder why the drivers get tipped into a spin. Asdog has gone fastest, but it's quickly eclipsed there by Frisky Biscuit, who's now fastest. Mason is second then. What about the second McLaren of Hogg? Hogg comes through. He is the slowest of the cars so far. Timmy has gone full fast at the moment. What about Steve? Steve has gone fast there. He's 6/10 of a second in front. That's almost half a second, and this man is absolutely incredible. Wet or dry, the double world champion there. Looks like he got held up slightly, but he is second at the moment, and the Mercedes of Fitzy is in 8th then. What about Rizzlesticks then? Rizzlesticks at the moment, and I think that let's see what Rizzlesticks can do then. Can he throw this car in the top 3 rows of the grid then? I think he'll absolutely deserve it, because he has been in fine Vettel, hasn't he? Unfortunately, this rain has come down. Probably might have been the last thing that Rizzlesticks would have wanted. The final turn then, and he's done a 53 there. So Rizzlesticks there might have to find a bit of time then if he wants to get into the top rows of the grid. Unfortunately, Brown is out on circuit, and Steve is cruising back to the pits then. I wonder if anyone has actually thrown on a bit more fuel perhaps then, and just trying to go again. Just taking a look down. Asdog is one of those drivers actually. It's the he's a 3/10 of a second down in the second split. I wonder if he's going to abandon this, or is he going to try and go for broke then in the final sector. Let's keep an eye on what Asdog does. Goodness me, he's getting so close to the wall, isn't he, Asdog, he said. But why wouldn't you now? You've got 6 minutes in this qualifying session left. You're 5th fast at the moment. You want to give it as much as you can. You don't want to think about the ifs, buts, or maybe, do you? And Asdog taking a late decision and coming into the pits then. So, yes, Asdog had to abandon that lap. What about Frisky, though? Frisky is going for another lap then. So Frisky is going for more the traditional qualifying session. What do I mean by that, I hear you ask then? That is because you fuel the car up a bit, and it's not about the car's weight around here now. It's about being confident in these rain shower conditions, isn't it? Timmy coming across the line, and he improves to go full fastest there. Timmy does then. Good stuff indeed then. His fuel light is not flashing, so he is going for another lap as well. T Sammy is also going for another lap, so he's done a harvest lap, and now he's going for it again then. Rizzlesticks a much better second intermediate split time, a 1.5 second improvement. That is going to get him in the ballpark of Fizzy and maybe even Hogg at the moment there. We're on board Rizzlesticks, and this is a very difficult final part of the lap, isn't it? For Rizzlesticks, so he's got to keep it calm and collected then. Does not want to pick up any traction on those wet, very slippery curbs or wet line as well. Oh, sorry, wet white lines. I thought he'd gone a bit too deep in 22 then. Look at the spray then, it's getting heavier. I was going to say it might be getting lighter. How wrong am I? That was Boulder Dash there, what I was saying earlier. And Rizzlesticks is on the third row of the grid. Fantastic effort there from Rizzlesticks. Looking very impressive indeed, Rizzlesticks is there. He's going from strength to strength, but what about Brown then, as he is really catapulting it through the final sector. Great stuff indeed there from the Williams driver in a car 58 then. So of course Brown then, as another driver is going from strength to strength this year. Let's see what we can do with 4 minutes to go. We've got 5 minutes on the clock, I should say. And so Brown then, I wonder if he's fueled up as well. He's out of Urs. T Sammy is going, we've seen him go for another lap as well. I'm wondering if anyone else is going for another lap. Brown goes 8 fastest then, so that's a very respectable time indeed. T Sammy is 4,300 down in the second split. What about Frisky? He's 3/10 of a second up. Is that enough? In the second sector, that's enough to get second. He's on the front row. That's not enough for pole position at the moment, and I've got a tickle in my throat. This is going to be a bit painful. That's not good. Now we got Frisky coming out of the final turn. It's on pole position now. A great time indeed there from Frisky. He is 2/10 second in front of Steve. He has thrown the gauntlet down, hasn't he? Frisky has a great time indeed. Then it is all about. I wonder if he's going to come in and throw a new set of boots on and go for it again. And I think maybe more of wellies in these difficult weather conditions at the moment. But Frisky. And of course, it's only his 4th Grand Prix starting at IRC. He's currently on pole position. Fantastic stuff. That new helmet is absolutely working like a dream. He's going faster still, Frisky is. Someone needs to stop this man. He's absolutely incredible, isn't he? Wow. Absolutely brilliant stuff indeed there from Frisky. No one, I don't think that at this moment in time, he's flying, isn't he? And T-Sammy, they're taking a shortcut, and I think that that's not invalidated as time, has it? So that's the double world champion there is, of course, all about there. We're all about there shortening the track there, but that's taking it to a bit of the extreme now, hasn't it, really? As Brown is just going from left to right there. Now, so we've just got T-Sammy who's invalidated his time now, so I think that might have just been a bit of a slow burner then as well. Then so now Frisky there coming out of the hairpin as well. Yellow flags there for one of the drivers slowing down. Frisky's a 10th a second up in the second split. It's a very difficult decision now for Frisky. Is he going to have the freshness of the new intermediate tires if he comes in the pits, or is he just going to carry on, because he is on such a roll at the moment, isn't it? Frisky is. It's a tough decision to make. Remember, Frisky is in his early stage of his career in IRC there, but he is not in the early stage of his career in the Formula 1 racing, is he? He is a worldwide phenomenon, isn't he? And he is now coming into the final turn, and he is going quicker and quicker, isn't he? Let's see what he do then. Out of the final turn. Is it enough? And is it going to move the goalposts? He had lost a lot of time in the final sector there, didn't he, Frisky? And yes, I'm wondering if he might be regretting it now, but the rain is getting heavier out there, and that is just going to be more water to clear, isn't it, for the drivers? So this is going to get very challenging indeed there at the moment. And T-Sammy is on the front row. We're just watching then that's not Brown, we're just watching Fizzy, who's just coming down the just coming into the back straight as well. I was trying to look to see who's in front of Frisky, Fizzy, but I think I am on board the right Mercedes now. Yeah, there we go, I am on board the right Mercedes. Good stuff. Now then Fizzy coming down the back straight. Yeah, that is quite a lot of rain now, isn't there? I think that maybe they might have lost the. I think Frisky is absolutely judged to perfection, hasn't he? By staying on the track, then he might have got the best of the track conditions now, because the heavier the rain gets, the slower the track is going to be. Let's see what Frisky can do then. He's done a 52.6 in the firm. Oh, look at that! It's the back end. It's stepping out there. It's very difficult, isn't it? These cars got so much torque, haven't they? Just getting on a bit of the getting on the throttle there, the loud pedal a bit too heavily, and you spin up the rear tires there, and you're going to spin it, and you see it's coming through to go for one more flying lap as well. It's Frisky got enough? It's got enough in the bank then for another timed run. Then he is flat. His fuel light is flashed then, so Frisky will not be on the track there. But it's an unusual qualifying situation now. Usually the qualifying is that the track is best at the very end then, but I reckon that Frisky has actually been out there for the best of the track conditions there in the middle part of qualifying, whilst everyone else is in the pits. Fizzy, a much better lap here from Fizzy. He goes up to 8 fast, so it's still very close indeed, isn't it? So as we've got Mason there coming into the final turn, then Mason improves, and Mason's on pole position there. Fantastic time then. Frisky there is, look at, he's so close, but he's not close enough. What about Hog? Hog has moved up to 5th, and an incredible end to qualify. Mason at the moment, and that's going to be his first pole position of his IRC career. Has he got enough fuel in the bag? I think he has. He's not free. His fuel light is not flashing. He's going to keep going. Surely you can keep going there. Mason, a fantastic time. What about Steve? He is 009 in the first sector there, but I don't think he's got a license to through just yet then, as I think Frisky there is a bit unimpressed there with Mason. Incredible lap time. Absolutely incredible stuff indeed there from Mason. Oh, really hats off to him in the moment then. Can he keep it out? Frisky's retired from this session. Steve is 3/10 of a second up. He's in the ballpark. Steve, can he go for his third pole position of his in 4 races? Is trying what I'm trying to say. Oh my gosh, and we're on board now. Let's see then, as we're on board then, we see then can he Gresco that pole position back then in the dry then. I think Steve was looking quite strong then, but in the wet there it's really turned on his head then. Mason is currently on the pole position then. Can he stay there? This will be his best performance of his career in RC in qualifying then. What about Steve then? Steve there is an old hand here in RC then. Out of the final turn then. Is it going to be enough for Steve? It is enough. He's on pole position by 2/10 of a second there. Fantastic 17. What about Timmy? Timmy is not improved there. He is 6 seconds. He is 6 seconds. He is 6 at the moment there from C. Fizzy is improved by 3/10 of a second. He's in the ballpark of Alstock. Alstock can come back out. Norris Brown. And those guys are going to be 8th and 10th at the moment then. But I think Fizzy might even displace Alstock at this stage. And oh, look at the back end trying to overtake the front. He is 9th fastest Fizzy has said. He lost a lot of time towards the end then. And Mason's in the pits, but that's his second. That is it's on the front row. What about Rizzle though? Rizzle is not done yet, is he? The checker flag has fallen, then the checker flag has dropped here in Vietnam, and Rizzle sticks in as well. Look at this. Can he now? I was completely wrong with the track conditions, wasn't I? But Mason, an absolutely fantastic qualifying performance there, and the lowest he's going to be is third. Then go about Rizzle sticks. He's clouded the inside wall. Then that's going to lose him a lot of time. But is it going to be? He's in 6th fast in the. And then for a 6, I think he lost a lot of time towards the end there. But it's Steve, 3 pole positions in 4 Grand Prix. He had to work for that one, didn't he? An absolutely incredible qualifying performance. But my star of the show is in the McLaren. He is on the front row of the grid for the first time in his career. It is Mason. A brilliant time indeed there from Mason. Wow, absolutely fantastic stuff there. Oh my goodness me, what a fantastic qualifying session indeed then. And well, we got a race to do now, but I'm not sure if I can be able to handle it. Absolutely fantastic stuff there. Steve there once again then showing that he was as cool as a cucumber, wasn't he? Great stuff indeed there from Steve. But Mason there, my star qualifying, which means absolutely nothing to Steve, which means absolutely nothing there to Mason, I am sure of it. But I really enjoyed that. That was fantastic stuff indeed, wasn't it? Excuse me as I'm wetting my whistle. Well, I think it's summer fruits. To be honest, I'm not really a lover of the summer fruits anymore. Yeah. I might have to go with the old apple and blackcurrant next time I'm out in Tesco's. Anyway, enough about my shopping habits. Here it is. C is on pole position then for the third time this season. Mason C. What an outstanding performance. He is on the front row. Frisky there looked like he had it there, didn't he? But in the end, then he was 2/10 shy. The double world champion is 4th, and Hogg and Ristic 5th and 6th. Timmy and Alstock 7th and 8th. Fizzy and Brown 9th and 10th. And the Grand Prix is coming up imminently. Imminently, I think it is, isn't it? I should be saying these big words. I should just, quit what's in my head kind of thing. Oh, goodness me, it's 1-0 to, it's 1-0 to Liverpool. Fantastic stuff. And Nosey, fantastic racing. Jan saying, wow, what a qualifying Mason there. Yes, indeed. I absolutely concur. And look at that. That's a cracking, beautiful day here in Vietnam then. And I think you two would definitely agree with us as well. But, yeah, cracking the qualifying there from Mason there. What can he do going off the grid? What can he do coming off the grid as well? Remember back in 2010 when Hulkenberg had his one and only pole position, didn't he? In the Williams, after judging conditions very similar to that, to absolute perfection there. Really well done indeed then. But yeah, so Cam Mason there control the wheel spin going off the grid there, and maybe get second, or maybe he might, because he's got the inside going down to turn 1 there, so perhaps he can have a good old lunge there on Steve. I'm just trying to adjust myself and trying to get this very long hair out of my face as well. Unfortunately, me Alice band's not working very well tonight at all. I'm going to have to get the old sweatband out next week. Right then, as we're now going to get ready for the formation lap. This is not the actual Grand Prix, of course. This is where the drivers are just now making sure that the car is working, just getting those tires up to temperature as well. We've got, and look at that then as well. 20 cars, 28 laps then. Who is going to be the king of Vietnam then? This is the third of the triple threat header. Of course, where we've had Monaco, where we've had Azerbaijan, and now Vietnam as well. Aztoc's been disqualified right from the get-go. Right then, as Fizzy's also been disqualified as well, so that's not going to be very good for those two drivers, is it? They were 8th, they were 7th and 8th, they were 8th and 9th as well. On board then, and Timmy's also been disqualified. Oh dear, oh dear. Right, and so is Josh as well. Well, let's get through the grid a bit quick then. On pole position then is Steve, and that's the third pole position of 4 races. Absolutely fantastic stuff, Ben. Oh, as almost the undisputed king, isn't he? Mason, soft tyres on the front row. Surely he's going to have to dive down the inside. I reckon he will. And remember, Steve is in a championship fight this season. Yes, we're only on round 4. Mason, no, is not in a championship fight just yet, but you can never write anyone off at this stage. But Mason there would surely be thinking about it going into turn one, surely. Frisky in third position on the medium tyres. The double world champion T Sammy on the soft tyres, along with Hog in fifth, and Rizzle6 in sixth position as well. Rizzle6 there doing a good qualifying there, but I think he was my star qualifying until where Mason really crashed the party right at the end there. Timmy 7th there, soft. 8th is Asdog, 9th is Fizzy then, all on the soft tyres, and Brown is also on the soft in a 10th position as well. There's the pit stop prediction there. The two stop strategies there, it'll be soft to medium to soft, or soft medium then. But I think that the drivers will not will probably deviate from that then. I have no doubt about that. Just outside the top 10 is double medium tyres, and he's on a brand new spanking set of soft medium tyres then, which are going to have a lot of shine on them. Josh in 12th position then on soft tyres. 13th position is Sprint then. Of course, he got caught out by the weather conditions there. JJ in 14th with Val, another driver got caught out by the soft by the weather conditions there. He's on the hard tyres in 15th. That's DRS failure as well, I think. Gaz in 16th position there on the medium tyres. PB in 17th position on the medium tyres. Matt is 18th on the hard medium tyres, and Roscoe on the hard tyres in 19th. And Penny unfortunately hit the wall. Is in 20th position there on the medium tyres. And Jan is saying, let's go guys, have a great race. Indeed we will then. See that coming through the final couple of corners then. Here's on pole position then for the fourth time. Third time, I should say, in a 4 Grand Prix as well then. So as he is now just lining up the car, we've got a couple of cars already on the grid, but of course that's because they were very naughty boys there and got themselves disqualified then. This is the car before the storm. Everyone look at this as they stay to the right of the grid or your left then as much as late as possible before peeling over to their to their side of the grid there, because they don't want to get their tyres dirty then, do they? Because on that side of the grid there, the track is used less, which means there's going to be more dirty rubber then. And you can see then the tension is building up, the drama is electric. This is IRC, this is season 9, this is round 4 here in Vietnam for the final time in Vietnam. We are go! And a good start from Steven, and what about Mason then? Is he got alongside Mason? Mason has got a good start, and he is wheel to wheel with Steve going into it. Mason's going to lead us. No, Steve is going up the outside then, and Mason there was a very, very cautious head, and I think that's a very, very mature head on young shoulders. Fantastic stuff there from Mason. Steve is leading the race then. Second position there is Mason. Third is Frisky then, as we got a couple of the yellow flags in the back. The two Haas's are in the back, I think then, as we got a drag race between the Mercedes and Aston. Oh my word then. Aston going to do apparently he's up to 14th position there. I'll hopefully get me a lap counter sorted out in just a jiffy. We're coming. Oh, is that Debris? I think that was Debris flying off one of the cars. Aston's in the wall. He's got damage there. I think him and Timmy have come to blows right to the grid go. Oh dear, oh dear. We got double and we. Oh my goodness me! And Fred is in the wall! He's in the wall! Oh my wonder! Oh gosh! Oh my goodness, it's a smash! It's a smash! It's a virtual safety car! Oh dear. And oh my word then. Debris all over. Look, there's another Renault car then on the track. That's not good at all. Brown then has also got damage as well. So yes, there's going to be a lot of cars peeling off into the pits then. And unfortunately then, it just pinches you down there, doesn't it? So the drivers unfortunately get a bit too close there. Gaz got a 5-second penalty there for ignoring yellow flags then, so Gaz both passes and having a bit of a nightmare start to this Grand Prix. C has had an absolutely spectacular start, hasn't he? Perfect there from the World Championship leader then, and I've got to say, C at the moment now is unstoppable in this form, isn't he? Goodness me there, he's like Sebastian Vettel in his prime in that Red Bull, and I hope I'm not jinxing him there, because this is very too early, isn't it, for me to really get on my high horse about this, but my word then, C has been absolutely mega. Asdog is got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pits there. That is not good at all for Asdog then. And yeah, he's it kind of just didn't go very well from the get-go, did it? But he's in the pits now. We've got DRS now being able. We're back racing and pit stop for Brown and Asdog. There was a couple of debris flying all over the show, wasn't there? So we've only got 3 cars in the pits at the moment. Good. So that's actually a lot better than what it looked like. Oh, and who's that? That's Val then, who's gone a trip across the curbs there. He is down in 12th position now. There's Roscoe struggling on those hard tyres. I think both Val and Roscoe are struggling on those hard tyres at the moment, aren't they? Struggling for a bit of purchase there. Oh goodness me, look at how kinky those two chicanes are. Oh my word, it is very tight down there, isn't it? And oh gosh, and look, Matt is going to seize the opportunity. He's down the inside. Roscoe and that then, and of course Roscoe is it's not an easy cookie to crack, is he? And Matt is trying to go on the, oh my word there, it pinches on the exit there, but that was very good racing from both those drivers there. Good away awareness there, and brilliant stuff indeed. Asdog is apparently leading this race there, but hopefully the tower will sort itself out in a minute. Might have dropped right back then, because now, oh goodness me, we've got Timmy who's got past the champion. Oh no, we've also got Roscoe past what was occurred down the hairpin, and I think it is it's Mason who's dropped down the order, and it is Frisky has now gone up into second position then. Good, that's what Mason needs to do. And T Sally going wide there, and that might allow Rizzlesticks, who's had a good start, he's had a very good start, he's maintained position, and now he's on the back of his double world champion teammate. Amazing stuff indeed there from Rizzlesticks, absolutely fantastic. Fizzy is not too far back at the moment, and just taking a look down the order again. Roscoe is now into 11th position there. Good hot stuff where Roscoe is at the moment, isn't he? Matt in 13th position, 4/10 of a second back as well. Let's see, it's at the fast on the race to Penny. Oh, good. Penny's in the wall! Penny's in the wall! He's gone off in a big way! And oh, he's in the arm coat barrier. Is that going to be a safety car? That's right in the far end line. And this would be an absolute dream, wouldn't it, for Asdog, Brown and Sprint, who have had to come in very early in the stage. And I think that it might be cleared then, because by the looks Penny's car is they got a good space there to get rid of the car then. So unfortunately Penny's race has come to an end prematurely, unfortunately, right from the get. Lovely shot, by the way, right from the get-go here. Yeah, Penny's car has been removed. That's a blow, isn't it, for Penny? It really is then, indeed, then. But it's a long season, this one is, isn't it? Like it was last season. We got a race to put. It's Asdog who's facing the wrong way. He has damaged the car as well, Asdog has. Oh, what a shame. And Penny is out of the race. He's left the session now. What a shame now for Penny. We now got DRS available. We haven't even spoken about DRS yet. Mason there is still looking strong there. He's a right. He hasn't been intimidated whatsoever, is he? Battling the sharp end of IRC. Fantastic stuff, isn't it, from Mason? And look at this, then. It's a Timmy is now right underneath the rear wing. We've also got Matt who's getting past Val. Matt then is up the well, he's done the job then before he even got to the hairpin. A brilliant move indeed then. So yeah, Matt that's exactly what Matt wanted to do then. Now we've got Double Dead as Roscoe is all over the back of Double Dead, of course. And so these two drivers know how they race each other. They have been racing each other for years and years and years. Mason is all over the back of Frisky still, actually. So Mason there is not being dropped, is he? There's Fizzy, there's Steve in the foreground. He is 1.2 seconds in front, and see it's at the fast of the race there as we come through the complete lap free. Then this is going to be a corker of a race, isn't it? I have no doubt about that then. And this has been brilliant stuff so far, hasn't it? So just watching there, Mason there climbing over the curbs. We got Fizzy who is now starting to really put the pressure on Rizzlesticks as well. It's beautiful sunny skies out at the moment. Rizzlesticks there is I gotta say, I think you wonder if he needed the trap map there, because he was getting a bit lost as he was wandering out. Fizzy on a great run there, and Rizzlesticks are trying to defend them, but look at how much the barriers there coming to the circuit. You've got to be very aware around here, don't you? So the barriers kind of they're not as straight, are they? So yeah, so you really got to be very much aware as well. Roscoe has got past up into 10th position on those hard tyres there. Roscoe, I think, is going to be a major player in this race. He's done a great job, hasn't he, of really pounding the laps and doing an absolutely splendid job on those hard tyres, and he's going to be going a very long way as well. Then look at that, then it's a Matt there has just got past double as well. Timmy has now been a repass there by the double world champion at T Sammy is now in 4th position then in the Alpha Tari. Let's see where it can go from here. And just on board now with Mason. I think the Mason's been absolutely brilliant. I see him and Rizzlesticks a bit. Oh, Mason there, just having a lot of understeer there, and I thought he was going to go into the bar then, but good awareness there from Mason. Fantastic stuff, isn't it? So just watching, just on board with the double world champion, which is T Sammy at the moment. He has not won a race yet this season, has he, T Sammy? But he has got a lot of time, and Rizzlesticks is in the pits. As Rizzlesticks had some issues then. This is very early for a pit stop, I think, anyway. I might be wrong, I normally am, but I'm wondering then if this is too early then for a pit stop there. And he is just looking for his AlphaTauri garage then. They are quite a way down the grid there. Well, they're about halfway down the pit lane. As yellow flag set as Asdog is retired from the session. As Asdog's gone off in a big way, and it's a safety car. It is a safety car. Asdog has had a big smash, and that is not good at all. Then we're on board down with Sprint. It's the same place as where Penny went off there. Oh dear, oh dear. And oh my goodness me, it's a drive for a penalty for gas for him. Speeding under the safety car. It's all anarchy here. As there is 6 coming out of the pits now, then I think that I'm wondering then if he did have some damage there, but luckily the safety car might help him out here. So Sprint is now rolling the dice. He's coming in the pits then. So who's going? I think all the soft riders might have to come to the pits at this place, surely, because this is almost a free pit stop, isn't it? Which is exactly what the drivers wanted, isn't it? It's Liverpool 2-0 up, fantastic stuff indeed. Then, but I should be watching that. I'm trying to get me my comments back, because I'm sure I'm missing stuff here, because I'm getting 170 odd comments there, but I can't read them, and I don't think I've got my old filter on. So the safety car's out, and it's go. What is the safety car? What does the safety car entail? And of course, it's just bunching up behind there, and of course, it's making it's basically exactly what it says on the tin. Really, it's just going to make the track safe. And sprint now accelerates out the pits. He's in 18th position. We've lost Asdog and Penny from this race, both crashing at a very similar part of the course. There, it's very difficult the final sector around here, isn't it? Because you want a very slippery car on the opening two sectors, but in the final sector, and Steve's in the pits end. Oh, so Steve is in the pits end, and who is? I think Frisky stayed out. He has stayed out. So Steve is in the pits end. The championship leader Timmy has got a 5-second penalty. That is not good at all. Of course, this is very new. This circle is to the IRC race drivers, isn't it? And of course, I think this is the only time he's ever going to be on an F1 game as well. Brown has got a 3-second penalty. You see, he's going on to the hard tyres, but he's being held up there, and he's coming out of the pits as well. And T. Sammy is also in the pits, and he's throwing on. PB has got a 5-second penalty. And look, he's lost time there. And T. Sammy is now behind Timmy, and a lot of drivers aren't coming to the pits. So Matt has stayed out, Roscoe has stayed out, Val has stayed out, and JJ has stayed out as well. There's going to be a lot of overtaking manoeuvres, I think, that, and Steve has got out in front of, crucially in front of Val, and JJ Mason has got out behind Val then. But Mason in a very good position on the track then. But see, it's got to get past Matt and Roscoe here at the moment then. So Frisky has stayed out here then. So this is going to get very interesting indeed, isn't it? As we're just looking down then at Matt then. I love these helicam shots. It's absolutely beautiful, isn't it? I mean, look at the surroundings there. And I love it as part of the circuit as well, isn't it? It's absolutely great. It's absolutely great, isn't it? Just seeing the fans just lining up there. And I think that this is a very interesting place to have a race, isn't it? And I'm really disappointed actually that F1 just didn't come here at least once, just to see what it was, all about, really. But there we go. And I think in all the, I think that in the 2 RC races we've had here in Vietnam, they've been pretty good races so far. Yes, we've only done 6 laps around here, but my word, there, I am already glistening there. There's a lot of sweat coming off of my brow here at the moment, and I've only done 6 laps, and we haven't even got to half distance. I don't think we've even got to a quarter distance, have we? I'm not too sure about that because my maths is always appalling. Let's take stock then whilst we're on lap 6. We've got a bit of a neutral part of the race. We're on board the race leader. Frisky, he's never had a podium yet, has he? He was very close to having a pole position earlier on in this session tonight then. But here we are. We're on board Frisky. Let's go through the grid, shall we? Frisky is in the race then. Of course, as we've already mentioned in the program, that he is a very experienced customer, but this is only his 4th Grand Prix in IRC. So let's see how he does. Roscoe is second, and he is on the hard tyres. We was talking about him a minute ago and how much of a big player he was, and he is definitely a big player now. It's gone from was to is, gone from past tense to pre-tense or post-tense, I don't know. But Roscoe is in 2nd position then. Matt, of course, another driver then that didn't qualify, is in 5th position. He's on the medium tyres, same as Frisky now. 4th position is Steve. He's gone to the hard tyres. How's those hard tyres going to fare up then against the rest of the grid then? Val is also on the same strategy as Roscoe. He's in 6th position, 5th position, I should say. Mason is on an outstanding performance at the moment. He's gone to the medium tyres, and Mason has there. And I think that is going to guarantee him a 2nd stop in this race. JJ 7th, and he hasn't stopped then. Timmy has stopped in 8th position. He's got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pits. To double world champion T. Sammy in 9th position. Josh in 10th position as well. Navigating his way through the chaos, and good 7th there from Josh. Fizzy in 11th position. He has stopped then. Gaz in 12th position. He's got a drive-through penalty for speeding. Rizzle Sticks in 13th position, and he's dropping down the order slightly. Unfortunately, I think he damaged the car, which is why he came in early, I think. We got a double in 14th position now. Hog is in 15th. 16th is PB. He's on the hard tyres. And Sprint has been given a lifeline here after an appalling start there and crashed on the opening lap. He is in 17th position, Sprint is. And now let's see what the Renault driver can do. And 18th position is Brown in the Williams then. And that is the and that is kind of the that's kind of the well, that's kind of what's occurring here at the moment. So good stuff indeed then. Right then, so we're just on board then with the race here at the moment then, which is of course Frisky. It is Frisky, isn't it? Yes, it is Frisky. And he's just behind Burt Mylander at the moment then. So I think the safety car being at the end of lap 8, and so that'll give us 20 laps then. And the question will be on everyone's lips then, will be about those hard tyres. They will get to the end from here. If they do then, I'm wondering how quick the tyres are going to be. I wonder how quick the tyres are going to be. Is it going to be pivotal or crucial? Oh, I am completely wrong. It's safety cars in at the end of this lap then. That's absolutely fantastic news. And Frisky there, I'm not sure if he's lagging or if it's me. It's probably me, to be honest, then, which I gotta say, I might have to go out and give the old open reach box a bit of a kick then as well, and maybe a bit of swearing at it. That's usually what happens with technology, isn't it? You just give it a bit of violence and it seems to work like a dream, doesn't it? It certainly does with TV. I give it a bang on the top and it's back to work again, isn't it? A shame I have to keep moving the aerial about that. Anyway, let's get back onto the race, shall we? We're on lap 7 then, hour 28, and safety car Burt Mylander has peeled off into the pits. Frisky is now the lead car. We are back racing then here in Vietnam. Then it's now it's Yannis said, here we go again, guys. We're on lap 8 then, and look at this as they fly past. There's a Ferrari in the background there. Frisky is going to be it's look at this, we've got wheel to wheel action before we even go over the start finish line. Timmy is on the outside, JJ's on the inside, JJ the fence side, then is Timmy going to go up and under? JJ's got wide. A great maneuver there from Timmy there. I thought JJ was going to steer into him then. A very cool customer, and look at that Ferrari, my goodness me, is T Sammy. There it is. I got one of the T's right. There's very much the meat in the Ferrari sandwich, and now he's going through. Yes, he is indeed. Then Douglas got past Hogg. Lovely shot here as well to T Sammy. T Sammy up the inside track position, or is he because of that Ferrari's not giving up? JJ's hopping over the curb, sir. JJ. Oh, JJ's lost it. JJ's lost it. But he keeps on it, but both Ferraris are come to blows. There is like Vettel and Leclerc. Oh goodness me, that's not good. And there's damage to the second Ferrari. Oh, and JJ's gonna have to come in the pits. PB and Brad are also fighting. We got Timmy. Oh my word! Then we got to the yellow flag as PB has dropped down the order as well. Oh goodness me! Then oh, that's a shame there for JJ. He was struggling for traction. Was the spun it. He kept out the wall there, but unfortunately his teammate was steamrolling through it. Josh, wasn't he? And now he's through them. Rizzo Six is down over the top of there, all over the back of the former car he was driving last season. Now he's in a different Italian car. It is the AlphaTauri instead of the Ferrari, and he is trying to go on the inside. I'm trying to go on the inside, but nothing doing just yet then. Oh goodness me then. As I'm just going back then to the front, then Frisky Biscuit is leading, Roscoe is second, and Matt is in third position there with Steve in fourth. Steve has not made any headway at the moment, and yellow flagging free because Gaz is in the wall. Gaz has gone into the wall, and that's where the other driver's gone in. We've got a virtual safety car into the pits. There comes a JJ as well. It is action all the way through this race at the moment, so JJ into the pits there for the Ferrari. That is a big blow indeed then. He would like a full safety car there, wouldn't he? We've got the same with into the pits as well. Is Brown then? So unfortunately damage on both those cars. And so Frisky at the moment would be liking to try and pull away as much as possible. He's got a 2.5 second deficit over himself and a Roscoe at the moment. Drive through penalty for Josh there for speeding the pits there. And so that is a big blow for Josh. He was in 9th position at the moment. They're looking strong, wasn't he? And now we've got Timmy who's got past Mason there. Mason dropping down into 7th position and Timmy moving up into 6th. Now Val, I've got to say, Val and Roscoe have really done a good job in the opening couple of laps on those hard tires. Those hard tires are can be very difficult, can't they, in the opening stages of this race? But they've done absolutely good so far. Now we've got Matt then who's gaining. Oh my goodness me, it's Matt and Steve then. Steve has gone from the outside first, got Timmy and Val, and then Matt then is not going to yield at this stage of procedures, but Steve there has got the traction there, hasn't he? But I don't think he's got the line there. Matt there has kept the inside there, beautiful 17, but Timmy in the background there, he is also coming to the pits at the same time as Steve then, so that is going to get very interesting. Then Steve is going to need to get by Matt as quickly as possible if he wants the strategy to work. On board then with Steve at the moment. Of course there he was looking strong up until that safety car right from the early stages of this race then, and now he has got some fighting to do. He's got Roscoe and Matt, and two of the more difficult drivers to overtake, isn't it? You've got to have a banzai maneuver there, don't you? It cannot just be a half-hearted move. It has to be a good one if you want to get through. DRS has been enabled then, so that's going to help. Fizzy has got past Josh there. Fizzy now up into 9th position then as well. We've got Hogg in the pits, and there's a lot of pit action then down in the pit, to get down the pit lane at the moment. Of course that's where the pit action usually is, of course. We've got 18 laps to go in this race, and so this is a long from being done there. Steve getting a lot of understeer in that Red Bull, isn't he? As yeah, a lot of understeer there on that Red Bull. As into the pits, then comes Hog as well. Then we've got Timmy, who is on the back of the seat there as well. We're on board then with Timmy as we are coming in. We've got DRS at the moment as well. Great, keep your comments coming in, guys. I wish I could read them out to you. I'm really devastated, to be honest. I think I'm on the old chat, on the, like, not just the top comments, but the old chat there. But unfortunately, I can't see them. I'm absolutely disgraced by YouTube tonight. Then I might have to wave my fist then at them. But I think Timmy is. Steve's gone from attack to defence and within the lap. And look at there, as we got T-Sam again past Mason as well. We're looking at them. Look, Matt's on the inside. He's past Roscoe. He's on the outside. Timmy is past T. And look at this. We've got action afoot. There's action all over the show. And Timmy now in the fourth position. Fantastic. Steve down in the fifth. And we got T-Sam in there up into sixth position. Well, Val is stuck past Mason. Or has he? Or is Mason stuck past Val then? And he has indeed then. Val back down into eighth position at the moment then. Yellow flag in at sector 2 is one of the Williamsons. Is Brown then, who's having an issue there. We're just looking at the other Williams of his teammate Val in sixth position at the moment. And into the pits comes Roscoe. Is there damage on Roscoe's car? We was expecting Roscoe to be out a lot longer than this. Major problems there for Roscoe. And that is a big blow indeed then. And as Josh has got a 5-second penalty. I think he's also got a drive-through as well, if I'm not very much mistaken then. But Josh looks like the penalties are starting to mount up at this stage of proceedings then. And just taking a look then to see what Roscoe. And no, he's on the soft tyres then. So the hard tyres looks like they weren't working for Roscoe at this stage of proceedings then. So Roscoe's changed attack then, changed strategy then. So I doubt the hard tyres, unless the hard tyres have gone out of their operating window. Remember, these Pirelli tyres are very odd, aren't they? They seem to. Oh my word, Dennis, Timmy there up the inside, passes Matt, and that is a very crisp manoeuvre, isn't it? But there's Matt going to try and go up and under. He's almost double the tyre life of Timmy and Steve at this stage of proceedings then. Roscoe, I'm wondering there first initially on the hard tyres there, where the hard tyres just then biting into the track then, of course there with the operating window, but Steve at the moment there is looking like he's getting the job done, albeit he's down in third position at the moment there. Fizzy's got past Val as well, but I've got to say the guys starting on the hard tyres are also starting to drop back slightly, and oh my goodness me, Matt's on the outside. Oh, there's a bit of contact there as well, and Timmy is now back on the inside. Steve is now stuck up and under as well. Matt there is still in third position. This is going to get very tight as they're down into turn 11, I think it is. Look at this, Matt still has the inside line. He has the inside line then. Good stuff indeed there, but he's gone wide, and now he's almost drifted off. And Steve there was having a look there, but I think he thought that one through there. See, good stuff indeed. But the double world champion, which is T. Sammy, is now 6/10 of a sec. There he is. You see the flash of the live green helmet there. It's Steve's got damage. Steve has got damage. Oh my goodness me, Steve, the championship leader, has damage on that Red Bull. This is not good at all. When did he get the damage? I'm wondering if it's down into the hairpin. Oh no, this is not good at all. Yellow flag. A McLaren is well off the circuit. There's an issue. Val is in the pits, and I think it's Hog. Hog has had some issues down at the hairpin. He's got going again. Val in the pits, and so the hard runners, and only 10 laps, and so the hard tires are not looking at all handsome at this stage of proceedings then. Timmy back up in the second position there, and let's see then what Timmy can do then. Now Steve is really limping, isn't he? Here's the double world champion. Then there's T7 at the advances swung back into the double world champions at Bull Court, hasn't he? He is back up in the fourth position there. Amazing stuff indeed then, Steve. What a shame then. What a shame indeed. Where did that damage come from? Whatever happens now, is Steve going to have to come in the pits? He's going to have an awful amount of understeer. That is that's what he's losing, and Hog is in the pits and out of the race, and we've lost 4 cars in this race. 2 of them have gone to the wall in quite heavy fashion. Now Matt there is going to be looking in the background, because there is the double world champion. The double world champion's alongside. The double world champion is through. I think he is through. Hog is left for session there, and look, Steve has gone bad the inside as well, and Matt was looks like T's having parked in the apex of the corner there, and it really left Matt hung out to dry there, didn't he? Matt dropped him down to a 5th position there. So he's lost 2 places in the matter of a corner there for Matt, unfortunately. But he's in 5th position for Matt, and I think after of course not participating in qualifying, he'll be very happy with the way this race is going. Frisky is currently now almost 6 seconds in front of this incredible battle there, but Timmy has actually left this battle in his wake. Well, Timmy is looking very strong, isn't he? Maybe we're going to have a first-time winner here in IRC and in Vietnam as well. And I've got to say, that's a cracking way to end the IRC's racing in Vietnam. Vietnam for the foreseeable future. Anyway, there's Fizzy in the background there. I think he's definitely in there, isn't he? I think he's in that. He's going to be the forward in the side, I think, of these drivers, isn't they? As there's a nice old gap starting forward now, but Fizzy is in that gap. And then we've got Rizzle then, who's 5 seconds back as well. Roscoe's got past Sprint then and moved up into 8th position. Then Roscoe's abandoned the hard tyre attempt. Then now he's on the soft tyre, and he is now starting to really light up the track there. And look at this as well. Look at how much traction he's got. And Matt is once again now under the wheel track to see Steve is driving with a damaged car. Rizzle Sticks there was defending them, but I think Roscoe is maybe in vain. Oh my goodness me! And Roscoe there cutting out the inside. Oh no! And now I think Sprint has got Rizzle's got damage. There's damage on the car. And it's the same amount of damage as Steve as well. I think that a lot of understeer is going to be on that car, isn't it? That is not good at all. And as Jan is saying, what an incredible race until now, Sean. There it is indeed. There's even 3 exclamation marks as well in that comment. That is how incredible this has been. Then I think that this has been a 5-star classic so far, hasn't it? We're only on lap 13 as well. I don't know how much more action I can fit in here tonight. Then brilliant stuff indeed. Then action up and down the grid. Then this has been majorly good as well. And Frisky Biscuit is incredible fine form of there. He is matching Timmy, which is very crucial in the outcome of this race. We're on board with Matt once again. And he is still in the DRS zone of Steve. Yes, Steve has got damage, so hasn't he? He is very much limping at the moment, that Red Bull. And that's an absolute shocker at this stage of the proceedings. Roscoe on the soft tire, so he is going to be a factor once again. And we were talking about it all for the race. Where is he? There he is in the Pink Panther in the background there. He has got a pit straight, and Roscoe has set another fastest lap of the race, hasn't he? Into the pits. There comes Rizzle Sticks now. What a shame for Rizzle Sticks. He was showing that he had some good quality, didn't he, in the race, and now he's coming into the pit set. And now he's coming into the pit, so he's going to be changing the nose cone there. Rizzle Sticks he's on those soft tyres now in the AlphaTauri, and he's look at that, he's dropping down the order. Mason also in the pits around. Mason's only done a lap on the hard tyre set, and he's changed the nose cone as well. He's now on the medium tyres. Mason there, Rizzle Sticks and Mason starts a qualifying. Unfortunately, the race there is not going at all well, but there is a long way to go still, so do not count any of those 2 drivers out just yet. And the safety car, I feel that it's still going to be in play. That Pink Panther Roscoe, I think, is still in play as well, and you can never discount out Fizzy and Sprint as well. But Sprint at the moment there hasn't got much pace on him just at the moment, has he? But maybe I'm being a bit harsh out to Sprint because he's still within this battle there, but albeit he's about over 4 seconds back at the moment. Frisky's now gaining the advantage up to 6.3 seconds. Fantastic stuff there. Sprint, the double world champion T Sammy in 3rd position. We got Steve in 4th, and on board with Matt, who is 5th at the moment there, and he's keeping tabs on Steve. And this is the closest battle on track at the moment. And Steve, look at that there. Now I'm wondering where he's got that damage from. I got to say, I've probably seen it on the stream as well, and I probably just didn't even clock it, which is which is almost the case, exactly the case, isn't it? But yeah, Steve is struggling then with the damage there. He is limping in that Red Bull at the moment, isn't he? He's really struggling there, and every time you look at how much closer Roscoe is there. He is absolutely storming on those soft tires, isn't he? Oh my word. Then this is going to be This is a crucial part in the race, isn't it? Matt is trying to get to a sensible. I reckon Matt's trying to get to a sensible win to go on the soft tires, here. And I think that's the same for Frisk as well. So the hard runners of T Sammy and Steve are going to really be having to defend at the end of this one, isn't they? Yes, do not go anywhere, folks. And the last couple of laps around here is going to be absolutely sensational. And now Matt is actually starting to gain on Steve as well. Then, of course, the more steering input he's putting on that wheel, then the more that he's damaging those tires, and the more he's damaging the tires, the slower he's going to get then, which means he's going to have to come into the pits, isn't he? On board with Steve, on board with Matt once again, and I'll get the names right eventually. I've only been doing this for like 4 seasons or so, or maybe 5 seasons actually, and I still don't get the names right. And look as he come down the hairpin as well. Then Steve then is just about kept Matt within arm's reach at the moment. Roscoe is less than half a second back, and less than a second now. He's taking so much time out, hasn't he? So much time out, hasn't he, of Fizzy. Fantastic stuff indeed there for Roscoe. He's flying out there, it really is indeed there. And look at that, he's almost gained, because remember, he's in this spot as well, so he's almost gained a pit stop from going onto those soft tyres there in that point in the race there. So absolutely flying Roscoe is out there. Absolutely mega stuff indeed there. Timmy's got a 5-second penalty, which I think I've already mentioned there, but I just wanted to remind everyone as we're coming down the others. Look at that then. There is Roscoe in the background. Then look at this, and he is coming, he's alongside Fizzy. Is it going to be enough? And it's going to be too short, is it? No, it isn't. He is through and up into sixth position. What a mammoth stint now from Roscoe. Oh my goodness me, that is absolutely superhuman what Roscoe has done in that stint now. That's amazing stuff indeed, and he has blown my hat off. Fantastic. He has got 3 seconds in between himself and Matt. He was racing Matt in the early stages of this race then before he elected to come into the pits, and mega stuff indeed there from Ristic set the fast out of the race. Mega stuff indeed there from Roscoe. 3.2 seconds then. I think the Matt might be a bit concerned then, albeit remember that Roscoe will definitely have to come back in the pit set. So I'm wondering then if Roscoe's change of strategy then might have actually brought him right back into this one, hasn't he? Good stuff then. So Roscoe that could be getting a huge number of points, and I think that Roscoe will be on soft and soft again until the end of this race set. I foresee anyway. Of course, Roscoe and Matt are going to have a lot of amount of tyres as well then for not participating in qualifying. So yes, they have got a free range of tyres, and that's the advantage of not taking part in qualifying. Unfortunately, disadvantage is then that you have all the time you've lost coming through the field. But these drivers haven't lost too much time then, because at the moment the interval between themselves and leaders is only 12 seconds between Martin Frisky and 14 seconds between Roscoe and Frisky. So I don't think it's I gotta say, yes, 12 seconds a lot in Formula 1 terms, isn't it? But they are still within striking distance, aren't they? Matt will probably be coming into the pit in the not too distant future, and I think around lap 18 perhaps then. I think Roscoe will be coming into the pit as well. He's doing a short stint I think on the soft tyres, going for soft tyres again to the end of the race. There is Roscoe, and my word then, he's really turning this race on its head, hasn't he? Fantastic stuff indeed. Just going back then between the battle between Josh and Mason there, and what a shame for Mason, isn't it? He's down in 13th at the moment now. He was on the front row, and the race hasn't gone his way, has it? But I think that his qualifying performance there is a really it's really made a lot of drivers sit up and take notice in this one. Brilliant stuff indeed there from Mason. We're on board. Josh, he has gone off into the wall. He's damaging our car as well. So I think he's going to have to he's only done a couple of laps on these hard tyres as well. That's not what Josh wanted. He's carrying on. But yeah, it's just a tough old track this one is, isn't it? Well, it's a tough new track, I should say. But yeah, the understeer on that Ferrari there is quite evident, to say the least, isn't it? As we're now coming down the back straight. Once again, Matt is just dropping off slightly, isn't he? Yep, Steeder just in the foreground as we've also got Mason, who's got past PB. There he is, good performance there from PB, dropping down into 13th position, and Mason back up in the 12th then. Mason's got about 20-second deficit between himself and Rizzlesticks, but Rizzlesticks are almost onto the rear now of Val. And look, Roscoe's not catching up as much as he once was, but he's within a second now, isn't he? Of Matt then, but look at this, and Rizzlesticks, and he's only done 2 laps on the soft tyres, and he can see it open there. He is going up the inside, he passes Val, and this is for points as well then. And look at this, and Val trying to go back on the outside. Rizzlesticks down, none of it there, forces Val off the track there, and that is a slam dunk job done there from Rizzlesticks, and he is now in 10th position. Double there, having a solid race in 9th position there. He's almost gone he's gone under the radar, Double has there, hasn't he? Good stuff indeed there from Double, and exactly what I mean then, for these are the kind of races that Double thrives on. And here's Roscoe, I should say, that he's trying to go on the outside of Matt. Then you have to get up very early in the morning there to do that on the outside of Matt. But I think Matt now knows that Roscoe's there. I think that Matt has sensed that Roscoe's been coming for the number of laps now. And there we go then. Roscoe doesn't want his progress halted too much here, does he? He would like to get past that quite promptly here, won't he? Roscoe would. But I've got to say, he's been fantastic, hasn't he, Roscoe? I've got to say, I sound like a Roscoe fan here, so I don't know, but he's been mega, hasn't he? I've loved it, absolutely loved it indeed. And look at this, we've got a free car train, and it is Steve, it is Matt, it is Roscoe. Here we go then in the DRS, and halfway down the straight, just after the kink, there it is. DRS wide open, the left box is wide open, but Matt there is more interest on Steve than he is in defending he's going on the outside then. Remember, Matt came up short last time, but this time he's on the outside. And but see there, is he going to let him through? Matt's gone wide, and now Roscoe is going to be sneaking up and under. There is the nose cone now of Roscoe. Matt will have the inside line, and Roscoe would like to get through as quickly as possible. No, oh goodness me, that is getting very hair and scare, isn't it? But Roscoe there would probably don't want, and into the pits there comes the race leader. It is Frisky in the bits, in the pits, and so then I know what tire's going. I think he's going on the soft tire. Surely it's the soft tire going to last 10 laps. I figure this. Matt is also in the pits, well, doing exactly what Frisky's doing then, and Timmy takes the lead then of the Vietnam Grand Prix. Into the pits there comes Frisky, and he's changed on to a soft tires. He's going to be a quick customer. He's going to be a quick biscuit now until the end of proceedings. Now Roscoe has been released and can he get past Steve as quickly as possible? I think Roscoe might have to come in the pits then for another stop then. We'll soon find out then as well, but he's having a mega second stint here. Matt then going on to the soft tires as well to the end. Those drivers are going to be very quick customers. So we got, I think that Ristics is back in the pits. He is back in the pits, and that is a blow, isn't it, for Ristics? Double back on the ninth finish there. But yeah, I think that Double's had some issues somewhere, hasn't he? Because he's now all of a sudden in the clutches there of Val. Ristics coming into the pits, and what a shame for Ristics. Frisky has got past Fizzy almost immediately there, and up into a very solid fifth position. And Ristics there, I'm not sure if that was a winger replacement or what. Unfortunately, I got distracted, which is standard thing, really. I'll get distracted quite easily. Roscoe is now very close to the butt, and we're just watching. Here is Val. He's on the inside there of Double, and up into ninth position as well. And Double dropping down to 10th in the race in the Alfa Romeo, I should say that. Oh, Roscoe getting all out of shape there, isn't he? In that racing point, I think he might be getting a bit agitated there in the cockpit because he knows he has the pace there. But Steve is a limping Red Bull, isn't it? Steve is, and of course, Steve's been on the podium in every single race so far, and he doesn't want that run to end, does it? Albeit with a limping Red Bull, he is going to have a lot of defensive driving now, isn't he? To keep on that. He's in the pits, and so Steve there is doing I think he's really throwing the gauntlet down, isn't he? He's switching strategy. T. Sammy there is hanging out then on these hard tires, and is those hard tires going to go till the end of the race? Then I think they will. I think the question needs to be said actually, is the medium tires going to get to the end then? Frisky there in a fourth position, and Steve there is he's changing the nose cone as well, Steve, and that is a big blow, isn't it, for the Red Bull driver. And Roscoe also in the pits as well. He's coming up now. Roscoe said he's got in front of Steve. Steve is also changing the nose cone. Fizzy, I think, Steve has dropped down a couple of positions here, and he's going to be a quick customer. Double's got a 5-second penalty. That's a huge blow for Double in his quest for points in this later stage of the Grand Prix. We have got Williams coming out there, and Matt is already through that, and Roscoe is coming out of the pits as well. Val then is where's Fizzy and Steve? There you go, coming out of the pits. Of course, it shortcuts turn 1 and 2, doesn't it? The pit exit here. And now then, as we've got two Renaults there in 4th and 5th, and a Sprinter having a very solid, isn't he, race here. Of course, he was looking very, it wasn't looking too good, was it? A couple of, about 20 odd, about 15, 16 laps ago, PB's got a 5-second penalty of speed in the pit lane as well. But all of a sudden, it's very interesting how it just starts to swing around. Timmy leads the race, having a double world champion, T. Savvy there, following him home at the moment now. I think those two drivers are going to be concerned about the yellow jet, which is Frisky Biscuit. Steve has got past Fizzy, and there he is, and Steve up in his 7th position now. Fizzy dropping down to 8th position now. Steve there has been a quick customer, hasn't he? Remember, he has had damage on the car, hasn't he? Into the pits there comes Timmy. So Timmy there is not going to the end of the race, and he is coming in the pits there. He thinks that the tires must have come to the end of their life then. So he's in the pits then, and T. Sammy, the double world champion, takes the lead of this Grand Prix, and this one is going to go all the way down to the wire. Frisky is set the fastest up of the race as well. I am loving this then. Oh, this is going to be a major, this is going to be a great end to the race, isn't it? Timmy coming out of the pits as well. I'm loving this race, and this has been a fantastic race. This one goes down into one of the classics of IRC. Out of the pits now comes Timmy, and there in the foreground, there's Roscoe going up to 5th position as well. In the background there is Steve. I think that Steve's going to be behind Timmy, isn't he? So Steve has got a bit more work to do. He's got some more overtaking to do as well. And look at this, and Matt's already all over the back there, sprinting. This has been an absolutely joyous, it's been a performance. It's been an absolutely perfect performance there, hasn't it, from Matt? He is back up in a third position now, isn't he? A brilliant performance there. In the background there is Timmy now, Simon up the inside there, and is Roscoe going to try as well? I think that Roscoe would like to have got through there because he doesn't want to lose any time there to his opposition there. And sprinting there is really struggling, isn't it? Now he couldn't get on the power, could he? And look at these cars, and here then as T7 there is now less than 3 seconds back at the moment. This has been an absolutely stupendous race, hasn't it? Amazing stuff there from start to finish. Oh, brilliant. And now the Roscoe there is gaining. He's got a slippery Pink Panther. He's going for it. He's having a look, but he's too far back, I think. And I'm getting way too excited. I need to calm down. I need to slow my roll, don't I? Matt though is still in third position, only 16 seconds away from Frisky. Frisky's had the absolute perfect race there. But are they going to be able to catch and pass T-Sammy with only 6 laps to go in this race? I think that it's definitely doable. Remember what Roscoe did earlier on this race, and so it's not all done and dusted yet, is it? There's still a lot more races to go as well. I wonder if these guys might start to just follow each other and do kind of a DRS train thing, a DRS train now, and just kind of tow each other along there. Frisky Biscuit and less than a second back now as well. So Frisky is going to be very interested in the lead then. See us at the fast on the race then is into the pits there. Comes at Sprint then. So Sprint is in the pits. I'm going to throw on the soft tires in the rest. We're back on board with Roscoe, and DRS is available now for Frisky Biscuit as he is right underneath the rear wing. He's almost, look at that, they're almost in the same car. There's a flash of Red Bull. That was PB in the background, and this is the battle for the lead. That yellow flag in sector 3. We've got Timmy is going on the inside, and he's out like the match, slams the door shut there, and we're back with the Ballin duo for the race lead then. And Frisky there's going for it. This is his first Grand Prix win in IRC. He's going for T-Sammy as a double world champion. He's been here plenty of times, and Timmy is now going for the third place here. Of course, I was mentioning about the DRS train, and not one iota as Timmy going to follow. Think about that, is he? He's up the outside. He passes Matt, and he is on the podium as well. And so Timmy has shown some genuine pace here tonight. And Frisky has not taken the lead yet, has he? And the gap has not changed there between Frisky and Biscuit. It's still 16 seconds at the moment now. Frisky Biscuit's the same person, isn't he? Between Frisky and Timmy. So yes, they're losing time. So they've lost time. They're battling away, haven't they? And look at this head of Frisky Biscuit just showing the nose cone now. He has got plenty of time. Then he's got plenty of time just to judge this one, size this one up, size it up there. He doesn't need to risk his front wing and throw it down the inside. He has got plenty of time, man. I say that he's got about 5 laps to get this sorted out, so he's not got all the time in the world then. But on the with the car underneath him at this stage of proceedings, then I think he has plenty of time, hasn't he? Great stuff indeed. That as Roscoe is all over the back of Matt. As Matt got damaged then, so just taking a quick look then, as Matt is just struggling there on these soft tires. He looks like he hasn't got damage there, but he's really struggling. That car looks a bit wayward to me then. And Roscoe is now gaining on Matt as well. He's on the outside then, and look at this. Roscoe is through and up the outside. Then Matt is going to go. We're going to see that. As I've got to say, it gets very tight down there, doesn't it? Very much indeed. Frisky Biscuit, oh goodness me, they're in the straight, they're back in the sunshine, and Frisky, is he going for it? Look at this, it's wheel to wheel, it's going to be close then. Frisky's on the outside, T-Sammy's trying to, then he does it with the contact, not enough though, just a slight kiss, and Frisky takes the lead, the Vietnam Grand Prix, and he is on course out for his first Grand Prix win of his IRC career. He is magnificent today, fantastic performance there from Frisky. Now all he's got to do is just keep the car in a, keep it in rhythm, just keep the cars out of the barrier, and surely this is a race where he's been absolutely stupendous tonight, hasn't he? Really well done indeed. Sprint has got past Val as well. Val dropping down some position. He's on the medium tires, and he's got a 9-second deficit between himself and Rizzo takes a moment. Fizzy's got a 3-second penalty. That might hurt him later on, because Sprint is doing a good job as well to try and muster up a finale then. So 14 seconds to gap is the moment, and these guys really need to start to put their toe down, because they've only got 5 laps now to gain on T-Sammy. T-Sammy might have put a master stroke here and gained quite a bit of points there over the championship leader, which is Steed. And so this might be a great day for T-Sammy, and really there after the after the role that Steve has been on in the beginning of the season, then I think that T-Sammy has slowed that role slightly in this race. Sprinter's got the fast of the race, and I think that's definitely an early warning sign for Fizzy, isn't it? He's got a 3-second penalty as well. Lovely shot here as we're just watching Roscoe. He's been the star of the stream, hasn't he, here tonight? Fantastic performance out from Roscoe. He's been my driver of the day, I would say, Roscoe, has he? He's been absolutely peerless, hasn't he? But I've got to say, Frisky Biscuit there on his he's going for his first Grand Prix, and it's the first time that Frisky's been out in front there and in a genuine position to win a Grand Prix in IRC, and only his 4th Grand Prix. Absolutely mega stuff indeed there. He's definitely going for Rookie of the Season, isn't he, in IRC? Fantastic stuff. But not only that though, I think that Frisky, this is a very early warning there to the old guard, the likes of T-Sammy, Steve, Maxi, Matt, Roscoe, and Co about this season and in the championship. And I think that Frisky has really thrown the gauntlet down there with his incredible strategy course. He's just had this one he's just basically controlled this one, hasn't he? A brilliant performance indeed there from Frisky Biscuit. Absolutely stunning stuff indeed there. Roscoe, I think now, is amazing drive today. Is amazing. He abandoned the hard tyres quite early on then. I wonder if the hard tyres just didn't bind to the circuit, or if that was a strategy call on the fly perhaps. Steve in the background there, 1.5 seconds back. He looked in firm control, didn't he? And then there was damage on that Red Bull. He went to the pits there, onto the hard tyres as well. He was on the similar strategy there, wasn't he, to T-Sammy? And I feel that he would be at least getting a podium if he stuck to that strategy without damage, but that is a bitter blow then to the championship leader. But I must stress that it's only round 4, isn't it? So yes, no one is going to be in firm control of the championship just yet. Not by a long shot though. We're just now on board with Roscoe. In the foreground is PB. Timmy is really doing a good job at this stage of proceedings, then, isn't he? And keeping Roscoe at bay in one go. I think this has been a very impressive performance of T-Sammy. One of the and Timmy, I think that this has been one of his most impressive performances of his IRC career thus far. Absolutely mega stuff indeed there for Timmy. So he's got about 4 laps to go to the end, and they're 10 seconds away from T-Sammy as the gap has come down at quite a dramatic rate of knots now. I think that T-Sammy might just be out of danger. I say just about, because the soft tyres are now going to start to go off now, aren't they? Because of course they will be doing that qualifying times now just to try and catch up to the back of him then. Frisky Biscuit is now almost 6 seconds in front as well. Just watch it as Roscoe lapping at PB, and I think that's the first time anyone's been lapped around here, so very impressive stuff indeed then. It's been hot pace up and down the field. Mega stuff then. And here's Roscoe, and then in the background now we're just going to flick then to Matt and the World Championship leader Steve. And Matt and Roscoe have been equally brilliant today, haven't they? Really good stuff indeed. Matt has gone for more of a conservative strategy, hasn't he? And it's really worked to his advantage, whilst Roscoe went for a very attacking strategy, didn't it, when he changed strategy and went for a soft middle stint now, and that's really been impressive, hasn't it, to say the least. Steve at the moment there would love to get past Matt now, wouldn't he? He is running out of time then, and I think that Steve at the moment now is struggling a bit there in the dirty air, but he's now back as Fizzy's in the pits then. So Fizzy, there's a change of nose come for the Mercedes driver. Oh dear, then we're not sure what happened, and he's back on the soft tyres, Fizzy is then, but is he going to get out in front of Val? The Mercedes right at the beginning of the pit lane here, so it'll then going to be the case that he should get out in front of Rizzle Sticks, if I'm not very much mistaken. Rizzle Sticks is actually coming on the back straight. He does skip turn 1, doesn't he? So yes, I think Rizzle Sticks is back up in 9th finish as well. Good 17. Will he get out double though? It's going to be touch to go with double, because Fizzy then cuts turn 1, doesn't he, and turn 2, and comes out right up behind Rizzle Sticks there. So Fizzy there has lost 2 positions then, so he's going to have to be quite a quick customer then later on as well. Steve's got past Matt then as well. Apologies, I missed that. Steve is now up into 5th position, and Matt has dropped down in 2-6. Then we've got Fizzy and a Rizzle then, and look, yellow flag and free. Josh is in the wall. It's in the S's in the final sector as well. Rizzle Sticks has got damage there. He's got damage on the AlphaTauri. He is going to be struggling for understeer as well, and that is going to allow double probably to sneak in there, and maybe look at that Ferrari there. Oh goodness me, there right in the Armco there for Josh. He is out of the race, unfortunately. That's 15 cars now left out of the 20 that started then. It's been a brutal race, and 7 seconds ago is T-Sammy then is currently on course for 2nd position. He is still looking, he's still on course there as well. Timmy needs to go quicker, doesn't he? He needs to go quicker. It's not quick enough at the moment there to overtake the double world champion then. Yeah, I think the double then is going to be it's going to be very intrigued, isn't it? With very intrigued with what's occurred up here. Becca there has just said then up the Welshman up front then. Yes, Frisky Biscuit doing an absolutely stupendous job out there, isn't he? As we said, then this will be Frisky Biscuit's first ever IRC Grand Prix victory, and I gotta say he's not looked at all concerned, as he Frisky Biscuit looks like he was born out in front then as well. I think Becca was doing the Welsh flag, but it's turned black then. Oh dear. But yes, of course there is so Becca's very proud of the Welshman in front of the moment, which is Frisky Biscuit doing an absolutely stupendous job, isn't he? In the moment then, I think that our attention now is definitely turned into the battle for second, third and fourth, but I think that the battle is going to just die out, I think, in the latter stages of this race, isn't it? Because T Sammy at the moment then is still 7 seconds in front, and Timmy, there's too many T's, isn't there? And Timmy is still 7 seconds back. Then it's just not enough, is it? It's not enough. Frizzy is now very close to the back of Val. No, he isn't. He's in front of Val. Great overtaking lead there from Fizzy, and he's now got to find 5 seconds there on that car. Then look at this. So Val there is not giving up. There, he's on the medium tires. He's done 14 laps on the medium tires, but that Williams there is not. It's not an easy one to crack, is he? But I think that Fizzy now should just start to pull away. Result of 6, and it's going to be limping home then, and a double there has got a 3-second penalty. Double has that is the wrong. He does have a 5-second penalty, so double has got to get past and find a bit of time there, doesn't he? So I think that might be a stretch too far then, won't it? So we're just taking a look at Frisky now then. Absolutely incredible stuff. Frisky is on board then with the race leader. This is going to be his first Grand Prix win in IRC, and goodness gracious me then, of course. So Red have got one of the strongest teams in the field now, haven't they? With Sprint and Frisky there. Sprint has not raced the last 2 races, but Frisky, my goodness me, is very lucky not to get on the podium last time up. But here today, he has been absolutely magnificent, as the Frisky has said. He had one DNF in Monaco, but that is the only mark he's had in his IRC career. He has been absolutely magnificent from start to finish here tonight. Then Steve was looking very impressive indeed. Then unfortunately, he did have damage. Frisky Biscuit has had no damage at all. He is just no mistakes there from Frisky. Been a mega star today, and he is into the final corner, and Frisky wins his first Grand Prix in IRC. What a performance there from Frisky Biscuit. He wins the Vietnam Grand Prix and the final race in Vietnam in IRC, and that was an absolute cracker. Love that from start to finish. And up the Biscuit. In second position there is T Sammy, and he ends up Vietnam with a bang there, but I think that's his best performance of the season thus far. Roscoe in 4th, Steve in 5th, Matt in 6th position there. Roscoe gets Martin driver of the day. I think that he absolutely deserves it. George Stam saying congrats T Sammy. Yes, a brilliant performance there from T Sammy. Here comes Sprint then in 7th position. I think the Sprint would be very happy with that performance, to be honest. I think he'd be overjoyed, won't he, with that after a very difficult start. Then Fizzy should finish in 8th in the end. Then after getting that gap, then is PB's got a 5-second penalty. If he's got a 3-second penalty, that ain't going to deter the result too much. Then as Fizzy is going to come across the line and finish in finish in 8th position as well. Good stuff indeed there. Val is in 9th position there. Rizzo 6th and 10th position, and double dropping down into double still in 11th position. I think he's going to be slightly too far back there. So Val in 9th position, Rizzo 10th, double just outside the points in 11th position there. And Mason, the man who was on the front row, unfortunately it wasn't his day, was it? But I think qualifying was definitely a highlight for Mason so far this season, and I think there's a lot more highlights to come there. So yes, I got to say then there's a lot more highlights still to come as well. It's all good to see. We've got a bit of a pile up in the final part of the race as well then. So yeah, Mason, yes, it was a difficult race then, but a great performance, a great qualifying performance there, and there's a lot more things to come then from the McLaren driver, I am sure. Jan saying well performance there from Biscuit. Michael Press say Gillen there, the Dragonflies for Frisky Biscuit this night. What a guy, what a performance. Driver of the day then was Roscoe, I think, as well. I was looking down the comments, so I apologise. Absolutely brilliant stuff. There he is on the podium there, Frisky Biscuit, for the first time. And not only that, his first Grand Prix win as well. Magnificent stuff indeed. Get in there for Frisky Biscuit. T Sammy, his best result of the season, if I'm not very much mistaken, there for T Sammy. Yes, indeed, there for T Sammy. No, he got second in Azerbaijan as well. I apologise. So 2 seconds in a row then for T Sammy. And Timmy in front there. The final classification then from this final ever race here in Vietnam, and what a performance. Absolutely mega stuff indeed there. Frisky Biscuit there, his first Grand Prix win of his career in IRC. T Sammy second, stay down there, 2 seconds in a row there. He's coming for Steve. Third position is Timmy. Great performance there from Timmy. Roscoe draw today from 19th to 4th. Outstanding. Steve be disappointed in 5th position. The first time he's not on the podium here this season. Matt had equally outstanding performance there from 18th to 6th, and Sprint had a crash early on there, but mustered his way back into 7th, and brilliant stuff. Fizzy in 8th position there. 9th position is Val, and 10th is Rizzle 6 as well. Outside the points then is Double. Mason, what a shame to say, but a brilliant qualifying performance. Things are going to get better for Mason, I'm sure. JJ 13th, Brown in 14th, PB in 15th. Retirements was Josh Hogg, Gaz, Alstar, and Petty, all retired from this epic Vietnam Grand Prix, and that was the last time we ever got a race in Vietnam, which I'm absolutely, which I'm a bit disappointed with, to be honest. That was fantastic, wasn't it? Michael, Frisky Biscuit saying, up the dragon there. Brilliant stuff. No, the dragon is flying high. It really is indeed then. And of course, we will be back in a week's time in IRC as we are going to go to the Hungarian Grand Prix. Brilliant stuff indeed. But from here at IRC, it is goodbye.